Hey everybody, this is David with Dub's Treasure Store. Tonight is going to be, hold on, my microphone. Alright, tonight is going to be an unboxing video because we know you guys love unboxing videos so much. You guys have told us that's one of your favorite things. I'm here with Amber, our new gamer girl, with eventually soon to come, under construction, mythicinfo.com and elegantsapphire.com. Say hello.
Hi everybody.
Alright, so give us
I'm going to be unboxing the Magic the Gathering Deck Builder's Toolkit.
It's the 2013 toolkit. So go ahead and start opening it, and I'll just be kind of giving us some background story. Alright, so today she got the Deck Builder's Toolkit, like we've said before. It's got 285 cards. Unfortunately, 100 of those cards are lands, which is really gay. Nobody needs 100 lands, because after you collect Magic the Gathering for like a year, you get 1,000,000 cards. Ooh, so she'll have a nice little box to hold her cards. I'm going to get a professional box holder, but that's Tezzeret the Dragon, I think. But go ahead and open them. So this is what also she got. She got 100 blue deck protector sleeves, the Ultra Pro sleeves. I like those. So she got the blue sleeves to go in an Ultra Pro red deck box. So she's going patriotic here, red and blue. And also, we got a new little surprise. I'm not going to show you the front. I'm going to show you the back. You guys should know what that shiny box means. So we're going to be doing an unboxing video. Oh, that was too quick. An unboxing video of that. So hopefully, guys, you'll be prepared for that. Now, as she's taking all these out, apparently, okay, they gave her, let's see, they gave her, what, 4 booster packs? That's all they gave you? Okay, so she got 4 booster packs, one from Innistrad, one from Artisen Restored, and 2 2013 cores. What are those books? Are those rule books or something? Oh, yeah, one's a player instruction rule book, and what's the other one? I think that's the 2013 core set, and maybe it shows you. Open that one all the way up. That one's kind of cool. Maybe that is like, yeah, I see, isn't it retarded how they fold it? They rip. But I think that is a deck list or a card list of what's in possibly the tool builders toolkits. Maybe not. The thing about the reason why we got the deck builders toolkit is because it's randomized, so no one toolkit is the same. Okay, so it's just got an overview of like vampires, humans. It's just fluffy information that nobody really needs. On the back, it's got a basic rundown. It's a 6-step run. Gives you 6 steps of an easy rundown of how to play the game. Oh no, it's 6 steps. Go ahead and open your packs. Open those packs. It's 6 steps of how to use your deck builder's toolkit optimally or efficiently. So while she's opening those, I'm gonna just kind of read through these real quick. Let's see. Step 1 says sort your cards. The first thing you need to do is to get organized. Well, duh. All right. Open your booster packs, unwrap the rest of the cards in this toolkit, and gather up the rest of your collection. Alright, now a lot of people have really big pet peeves on how to open booster packs, and I'm going to show her how to open booster packs the pro way. So what you just do is you get the top in your thumb and hold it like, see if I get up, hold it like that, and so you're pinching it, pull that out, and while you're still pinching it, open it like kind of like that. So you don't, because some people just get excited and they rip the whole thing, but yeah, some people like to keep their booster packs, because some people don't buy a lot of booster packs, and they just kind of keep it real nice and neat like that. So if they don't like the cards, like see how you can take them out like that? If they don't like the cards, you can always put it right back, and then you can turn around and give it to a friend in the nice little neat open pack, or you can resell them if you don't like them, or if you're a person like us, the reason why I like to keep the booster packs nice and neat like that, because I make repacks. I repack a bunch of random lots together, and I'll put them in the booster packs. Maybe sometimes lots of 10, 10 cards for $1.99 with free shipping on eBay, guaranteed to give you like a foil or a rare. And people just like to, that just makes people happy when they get a nice, when they get, most people that sell the cards on eBay just put a rubber band around them and ship them in an envelope, and they get all bent and stuff. I take a lot of care with my stuff, and I like to make my supporters and customers and future followers happy. So how cool would that be, knowing that, not knowing that you're going to buy a repacked, mixed up, random lot of cards on eBay, and then you actually get it in a booster pack? That's kind of cool. A lot of people don't even think to do that on eBay. So she might be having a little trouble, but this is the first time she's ever opened a booster pack. So I think it's kind of cute and funny. But, all right. I have a crappy microphone holder. And if it's like, I've got this new foam spit guard on it to cut out the ambience. If you guys do hear, like, you know, it wiggling around a little bit and it's annoying sound, just bear with us. I am going to upgrade our equipment and get us a very nice microphone holder so I can just slip it into the holder real easy. But for right now, guys, I don't. Now, I'm putting the microphone in the holder so I can kind of go through and play with the cards with her. All right, so the first booster pack that we're going to go through and look, we're all going to look together with it, is the Innistrad. All right, now, they always do common to uncommon to rares. Rares is always in the back, or your foil. So let's see. Innistrad was a lot of dark cards, and that's my favorite. I like collecting black. So you got an enchantment or and some people organize their cards either by color or by type, but I like to organize the cards by mana cost. So even if they're the different colors, I'm just going to organize them by mana cost. So 2 mana costs, let's see, you got 4, 1, 4, 2, 2, 2, oh, there's a mulch, 4, 3, 6, 3, 4. Oh wow, look, Splinter Fright, that's good. That's your rare. That's for the Deathfed deck, and I needed a third one, so that'll be good. Wow, they give you a promo card that you can use this wolf. You can use this wolf as a token. He's a 1/1 wolf with Death Touch, but no mana cost, so that confuses a lot of people because you use him as a token unless you know you have that wolf. You just have a customized duplicate of that version. This is something new I've never seen. You can mark this card to represent a double-faced card in your library or hand. I've never seen a card like that. So let me know what you guys think about this card. I'm going to look into. I'm not going to study it and or try to figure it out right now in the movie that we're making. But then let's see, 2 and then 3. All right. So we'll go through them after we sort out all the booster packs. But I'm going to pull out the rares. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the rares a little bit because I just like to have all the rares and figure out, like, ooh, look at all the rares we got. Okay, now the second pack is Vias and Resword. So, again, we're going to sort those. And then, let's see, 3, 2. There's a lot of 2 and 3s, so that's kind of, you want cards, when you're going to be making a deck, you want to make your deck focused around your game mechanic, but also understanding a main fundamental is knowing exactly when your deck is going to fire off or when your deck is going to combo out. Because if you are new to deck building, most people just go for the flashy, cool stuff and are like, ooh, I want all the big stuff. Well, if you put if most of the shit in your deck is like really expensive spells and creatures and enchantments, you're not going to be doing anything until way after turn 3 and 4. But you want to get like 1 mana and 2 mana costing creatures and spells and other cards so you can be doing something on the first turn. And also, if you've got a deck that's balanced but not optimized, you might be doing something in the very beginning. But if you have a deck that's optimized, meaning you'll have a guaranteed way of doing something every turn. Because some of my decks I made when I was a newbie, and my decks don't do, sometimes I get really mana screwed or really creature screwed, and I won't do anything for 3 or 4 turns. We don't want to do that. Now, if you were following our most recent broadcast, you would know that she got a new solid Pokemon deck that is, the solid Pokemon deck that she got is the Voltage Vortex deck. And it was doing something every single, excuse me, she was doing something every single turn with that deck. And that's what I like to see in any TCG, any trading card game, is someone doing something every turn. Because how boring would that be is if you had a good deck and you were doing something every single turn and then your opponent wasn't doing anything for like consecutively 2 or 3 turns. That would be boring, and yes, you would have fun kicking ass, but that'd be boring. Okay, this time we got a mythic rare. Not just a rare, we got a mythic rare. You can tell the mythic rares by that orange color instead of the gold for the rare sign. So I'm still going to put the mythic rare with the other rares. Got a human token creature card, which is kind of cool because I see a Bison Sword. It's not a normal Magic card. It's not tournament rated, but the thing about it is it just gives you, when you have a really solid deck, maybe most players have 2 to 3 decks, but now I'm trying to get to the point to where I only have 1 deck. And when you get a lot of money and time invested in 1 deck, it just shows people when you go above and beyond and you completely custom out your cards, because you can only have 4 of the same card in Magic the Gathering. So, if you got 4 of the same cards that look the same, that kind of gets boring when, I was teaching her when, we were playing Pokemon, there's 20 million different versions of Pikachu. I mean, that's just an exaggeration, but literally there's 15 different versions of Pikachus from all the different sets and the promos, and each of the different Pikachus do have different attacks. Alright, so she got a land in the last one, which is stupid. So I'm going to put the tokens over to the side off the camera so you can't see them, because we're not going to do anything with the tokens yet. Again, see, 4, 2, she got a discard card, 3, 4, 2, wow, and this one, so this is this one was the first 2013 core booster set. Apparently, she got 2 discard cards in that booster pack, which is interesting. 4. Now, if you guys don't know what the core sets are the cards from all of the regular sets pulled back together in one new set. It's a lot of reprinted cards. It's cards from other core sets like 4th edition or 5th edition core sets. So core sets are what you get core sets to build a beginner deck. You spend $400 on 5 cards to make a legacy deck. So we're not making anything cool. We're just trying to get her started. Acidic Slime is a good card. We're just trying to get her started to have it doesn't even matter to have a solid deck. We just want to get her to have 1 deck that she knows how to play because she built it from the ground up and she knows what to do. The rare in this pack was Sun Petal Groove, which is a rare land, and let's see, I'll read it for you. Sun Petal Groove enters the battlefield tapped. Most of them do that are like this, unless you control a forest or a plains, which is kind of cool because it's looking like we're definitely going to either make a green deck or a white deck. Definitely, her deck's probably going to have green or white in it. From just looking at the booster packs, possibly a multicolored deck or a tricolored deck. So this allows you to generate green or white depending on what you need. And most lands like that always come in the battlefield tap, but they don't have that little extra ability that it doesn't come in the battlefield tap if you own a forest or a plains, which is kind of cool. The token card they gave us this time was just a plug for a game, which is kind of gay. So that's going in the trash. Alright, and then the last 2013 core set. I don't know why I put a 3 there. Let's see. 1, 2, 5. Another discard. And I've got a lot of mind rots. So I'm going to take the mind rots out because I'm not going to let her. She does not need to make a discard deck. I've got a solid discard deck that is pretty good for a discard deck if she wanted to use it. And discard decks have not been that good unless you make a Liliana Vest discard deck. For some reason, they tried to bring it back with the Liliana Vest, but I never see anybody really playing a Liliana Vest deck anymore. So that's 5, 4, 5, 1. So we're going to try to make her deck fire off on turn 2 and 3, meaning that she starts her combo, or starts to combo out, or starts to do really cool stuff on turn 3 and turn 4. But at least it's looking like we're going to have enough stuff for her to have cheap cards where she can do at least something on the first and second turn. And I've lost my buddy LowflyingGoose, who was my Magic the Gathering specialist only. I don't know what's his deal, and he was really good at making decks. So again, I'm here by myself trying to make decks. Never seen this card. This is pretty cool. Yiva Nature's Herald. Legendary elf creature shaman. Flash. You may cast the spell anytime you could play an instant. Meaning you could summon this creature during the opponent's turn to use it as a blocker. Or you could do a lot of things. So when you see a creature... Now, she does not know all the advanced rules for Magic, but she has played one game of Magic. I didn't teach her prior to that. I just made her play her first game and learn while we were playing. So she doesn't know all the advanced rules yet, but Flash basically means this creature is an instant, or you can play it as an instant. It's also a 4/4. So it's a 4 mana creature cost, 4 mana creature, and that's a 4/4. That's pretty good right there. So basically you're paying 4 mana for the 4 strength and 4 toughness, plus you get the Flash ability, and it says you may cast green creature cards as though they had Flash. So wow, once you get her out, see, this is why Heralds are really good, because she's like an elf champion. It gives all your other elves Flash. And I do have a lot of elf cards. Now, I have been selling a lot of my elf cards because I broke my elf deck down because I didn't have a lot of money to make an elf deck. And every time I played somebody that had an elf deck, they were playing me with a $200 to $300 elf deck, and it just was ridiculous. And I knew that I was never going to spend that much money to make an elf deck, so I broke it down. And I've been selling things like my Elvish Champion, my Elvish Archers for like $1, even though the Elvish Champion is easily worth $5 because mine are mint condition. So you got a Yiva Nature's Herald there. And again, another product plug, and then a stupid land. Alright, so the only reason I was going slow through that was her booster packs. I like to take time to go through the booster packs, so just sort them out like that. Now, let's go through her actual pre-constructed cards. Go ahead and open those other ones. So now, I'm guessing these are the cards that are going to be the bulk of making her decks. Now, if you see, these are lands. Mm-hmm. No, okay, those are uncommon or special lands. Those will open, but these we don't need to open. I'm going to keep these lands in this nice little pack, and I'm going to either sell them for really cheap, or when someone buys bulk from me, I'm going to give them a nice sealed pack of lands, because I've got plenty of lands. She doesn't need lands. I've got her covered on that. All right, so now, I'm not going to go any further. We're tired. We put a long day in, and what I plan on us doing is taking a break, and we're going to come back and then make some more progress. Oh, in the box, she didn't show you this, but inside the box, it gave her this little box. I'm guessing that is going to be a divider for her. So that's kind of cool that they gave her a cheap makeshift divider, even though they could have done better and given you like a real cardboard backing dividers. But I've got all of the supplies she needs. But still, that's at least thought counts, even though it's a half-assed thought. You know?
Yeah. It's a cool box, though.
Yeah. That is a cool box, but that's not a professional card holding box.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that box from you, and I'm gonna give you a professional card holding box, because see, she's gonna have a deck that's got sleeve protectors. She's going to have a deck that has sleeve protectors on it, and then inside, the cards that are inside the sleeve protectors are going to be in an Ultra Pro deck protecting box inside a box. So we're going to have boxes inside a box. I know that's kind of redundant, but I'm going to make her go all out like that with Magic. She likes Magic better than Pokemon, so she's going to go all out with all her accessories and stuff. Now, we're going to do one more thing before we take our break, and that is I'm going to get her to read these steps. I'm going to get her to read the next steps so that instead of me going off and doing what I think we should do, we're going to read the instructions and the suggestions from Magic the Gathering Company and tell us how they suggest us build this deck. Now, before she starts that, I just want to add one more thing that relates nothing to do with trading card games. I bought a new booster pack of HeroClix. Now, nobody plays HeroClix anymore is what everybody says, but that's not true. I was getting my microphone out of the holder. Now look, that's not true, because I went to a card shop and I went to a flea market where this guy has a awesome comic book booth, and at both places, and it was really weird seeing someone at a flea market that has a comic booth. Two people were playing HeroClix there, and at the at the card shop that I went to, there was 4 people playing HeroClix, and they obviously were doing teams, like doubles, 2 versus 2. So if HeroClix was completely dead, they wouldn't be making new booster packs. You wouldn't even be able to find anything for HeroClix. This booster pack is a DC Justice League. Now, I'm going to let her play the Justice League. Okay, she doesn't even know anything about HeroClix. She doesn't even know what they are. She doesn't even know what it looks like. But I think she'll have a lot of fun with that. A lot of the people that I have introduced to HeroClix, they thought that it would be the stupidest thing ever. And once they started to play, we played basic games without using the advanced rules and the special abilities and extra powers. We just played the basic HeroClix with their stats. Now, for example, Batman has a grappling hook so that he can go on top of buildings' roofs without having to use a ladder. Or something like Hulk has the Hulk smash. He can just smash a wall and walk through. He can go through any building and any side. Hulk doesn't have to use a door. But we didn't use those special abilities because I was just trying to teach people the game. And that kind of makes it boring, and it was slow, so I was losing them. But the thing is, if a person can't even follow and have enough patience to learn the basics of a game, then they're never going to be able to have enough patience to learn all these special abilities, even though the special abilities is what makes the game 10 times more powerful and better. Hold this microphone 1 second. Now, I've been going off on tangents, but this is what I plan on doing for her. I have a whole bunch of HeroClix, and I invested in some old HeroClix. We're going to go back to the beginning. So now I have, let's see, this is what I've got in stock for you guys. And I've said it about a month ago. I said I was going to do it, and LowflyingGoose said he didn't want to do it. He only wanted to stick with Magic the Gathering, so he was never going to learn how to play HeroClix, and I have not found anybody that's been interested in anything that we do here, because everybody's in their own little plastic life playing the newest video games. Like, all my friends right now are consumed with Guild Wars, and Guild Wars is good, but there's other fun things to do in this world. So, right now, I've got 2 of the original DC starter sets. So I'm going to give her a starter set, and then I'm going to have a starter set. That helps you build your basic team that's pretty damn good. But the starter sets do not have randomized people in it. They have a preset. So that way we're not playing with the exact same teams. I've got let's see, 2 old school indie booster packs, which are really old HeroClix. Let's look at the copyright. The copyright on these are 2003, and WizKids is what makes the indie booster packs, and these are retired. They don't even, Indie doesn't even make HeroClix boosters anymore. So whatever we get in these are rare as shit, and nobody can get these unless you were to buy individuals off eBay. So I got us indie HeroClix. Indie had heroes like Abby Chase, She, and Hellboy. That's where Hellboy comes from. So if we got a Hellboy, that'd be cool. Or like Judge Dredd. So a lot of people don't even know that. But how cool would that be? Especially, if you don't know, that's Judge Dredd right there on the front. So how cool would that be, especially with Hellboy 2 being released a couple of years ago. Judge Dredd just came out. How cool would that be to be playing with, your favorite superhero, whether it's, Hulk, Superman, or all the way to something like not a very popular and an unknown superhero like Judge Dredd. That would be cool as shit. Then now I'm just reviewing all the old booster packs. Then I've got 2 of the original Marvel HeroClix. This was the 3rd edition called Critical Mass. It can have anything from like Spider-Man to Doctor Strange, Doc Ock. You can have, of course, the Hulk, Rogue, Elektra, Venom. I would love to get a Venom or an original Wolverine. That would be, 3rd edition Wolverine. That would be the shit. Now, 3rd edition Wolverine, since it's here on the side, that's 3rd edition Wolverine right there. The original Wolverine, he's in his black and yellow, like his yellow jacket suit. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay. Yeah. So now, the only reason I did all the extra side talking was because I'm excited to show you guys we got those old school HeroClix coming for you, which people don't even have unless they had been playing from the beginning, or they got lucky and got old HeroClix from a friend, and most of the time they'd be all beat up. So those HeroClix we're going to get are in mint condition. Those boxes are still factory sealed. So this is what we got. And look how they went over the previous 5 years. They went from a very small booster pack to a very large booster pack, and it's got the same amount. It's just they added more plastic and protection. So she's going to have the DC Justice League, and then I've got 2 Avenger booster packs. So I'm going to let her pick whatever she likes. That she can make a team of Avengers, which is like Iron Man and fucking Dr. Doom and stuff, or Miss Doom 2099, I think. They have versions of here. Thor. So that will be really badass to have with the most recent Avengers movie being out. That'd be cool to play that. And I don't know anything about Justice League. Do you? Do you know anything about Justice League? No. Well, the Avengers is like you had Sergeant Dickface played by I'm just joking, it's not Sergeant Dickface, but Samuel L. Jackson played the Sergeant. He gets all the Avengers team together. Justice League, I don't know who is the person that gets all the Justice League together, but I know it's like Wonder Woman teaming up with Batman or something like that. You've never heard of Justice League?
No.
Wow. All right. Well, I guess since she seems tired, go ahead and start reading your insert. So you learn how to do this from the game's perspective, and you reading this will teach you what you need to do, so you can kind of participate in making your deck and not just me. And then you'll be helping people who have not bought this toolkit to see all of the contents and kind of see what and to kind of know what to expect when they get this. So I'm going to let her take it away.
Okay, step 1 is sort your cards. The first thing you need to do is get organized, obviously. Open your booster packs, unwrap the rest of the cards in this toolkit, and gather up the rest of your collection. Set aside the basic land cards, plains, islands, swamps, mountains, and forests. Sort your cards by the color. White black, blue, red, and green. Colorless cards, including most artifacts, get their own pile. If a card has more than one color, put it between the other piles so that you can find it later.
She has a sore throat, so...
Yeah. Sorry for the voice, people. I have a sore throat right now, so bear with me. Step 2 is find your key cards. Look through your sorted cards and find something awesome that you want to build a deck around. Maybe you've got a enormous dragon, or a game-changing spell, or a bunch of creatures that will play well together. Or maybe a couple of your cards combine for a game-winning combo. Alright. And then step 3 is explore your options. Read through the rest of your cards and start thinking about what your deck will do. Start separating the creatures from the other cards in your colors. Try to limit the number of colorless you're considering for your deck. Which 2 colors you're most likely to get the right mana to cast your spells. Which only one color your deck will be even more consistent. But
Wait, you said with only one color your deck will be more consistent?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a given. Well, a lot of people don't know that.
Okay. But every color has its own weaknesses, so you might not have enough cards or basic lands yet to build a monocolored deck. With 3 or more colors, you can play more of your most powerful cards, but you increase your risk of drawing the wrong combination of lands and spells.
Basically, that's like, tell them that's like when I played the Johnny Vengeance deck. Do you remember? It was a red, white, and green deck.
Yeah.
And how I had one of each color, but I didn't have to tell them that. Like, you don't remember that?
I don't remember the specific details, but I remember that you had, like...
Tell them I was using the Johnny Vengeance deck.
He was using the Giant Vengeance deck. A Johnny Vengeance deck.
And he had one of each lands, but he didn't have enough to do... He
didn't have the right combination of the right colors to do anything.
But the Johnny Vengeance deck's powerful.
But the Johnny Vengeance deck is very powerful.
If you get the right hand or all the colors you need.
If you get the right combinations or the right hand of colors. Watch for... Okay, continuing with the step 3 to explore your options. Watch for creatures that have high power relative to the mana cost or abilities that make them difficult for your opponent to block or destroy. Colors that can deal with your opponent's creatures or other resources for a low cost.
Excuse her, she's taking that. I was giving her some water, so it's not that painful for you guys to listen to.
For a low cost to you are always valuable.
All right, so read that whole sentence over.
Yeah, that just sounded weird. Cards that can deal with your opponent's creatures or other resources for a low cost to you are always valuable. Any card that can take out 2 or more of your opponent's card is usually very good. As you familiarize yourself with more magic cards, you'll get a sense of how powerful a card is relative to its competition for a spot in your deck. Okay, step 4 is focus your deck. Most good decks tell a story. If you can explain what your deck will do in a sentence or 2, then you're ready to start putting your cards together. You'll find some suggestions on the other side of this page. but you can build a deck around just about any idea. So, in other words, be creative, guys. Once you've got a theme, pull out the cards from your collection that might belong in your deck. If your collection is small, this process could be as simple as setting aside the colors that you're not going to play. Most decks rely on creatures as their route to victory, so be sure you have enough of them. 15 to 25 creatures is a reasonable place to start. Now it's time to start trimming cards until you have about 36 creatures and other spells. When in doubt, just play a few games with a card to see how it works out. Step 5 is add your lands. Most Magic decks have about 24 land cards. Very fast decks might run as few as 21 lands, and slower controlling decks might have 27, but 24 is a smart number to stick to until you have a sense of what your deck needs. Be sure to review your non-basic lands to see which of them belong in your deck. Non-basic lands that produce multiple colors your deck needs should have almost always be included, even if they have minor drawbacks. Others, other non-basic lands have special abilities that might make them better than basic lands in your deck. For example, Terramorphic Expanse is useful in a deck which two or more colors it's useful in a deck with two or more colors because it can fetch any basic land card, giving you whatever color you're missing. Okay. Make sure that you Make sure that your final deck has at least 60 cards and no more than 4 of any card other than basic lands. There's no maximum deck size, but it's a good idea to trim your deck down to 60 cards. Every card you include above the 60 card minimum is another card you're drawing that's not your best. So they're just basically suggesting you choose the 60 cards, the best out of the others, the 60 best. Step 6 is play and refine your deck. The best way to get a sense of whether or not your deck is doing what you want it to do is to play a few games and see for yourself. Your opinion about your cards may change radically over the course of just a few games. You'll get a feel for which cards are performing well, which cards aren't, and which cards from your collection might do a better job. Okay.
Hey, it's David with DubsTreasureStore.com. It's Wednesday, October 10th, I think, 2012. All right, so now we have made changes. We got the 2013 Core Deck Builders Toolkit. So we've gone through, opened all the booster packs. This is part 2, and basically through what we went through, we decided to make a mono-green deck. They didn't really give you enough cards in this toolkit to really even make one solid deck out of anything. What they did was, over there on the black and white deck, those two stacks, they gave you I learned something how they do through the Deck Builders Toolkit. They give you this stack is a bunch of blue Mil decks, Mil cards. and they put them all together consecutively so that you could be like, ooh, I got a bunch of mill decking cards, so I can make a mill deck. Or they gave you a bunch of black and white creature token generating cards, so you could be like, ooh, I can make a black and white creature token deck. And they put all of them consecutively, one back to back after each other, in the 3 deck packs that they gave you, so that you would see that. But getting back to here, now in this right here, these are the green cards right here that they gave her in the deck building toolkit. But they mixed them all around in all 3 of the deck packs so that you wouldn't see all of these cards, because these cards make a combo. And they were placed sporadically out throughout the whole deck building toolkit, so that really this was a good combo, and that's all they gave us instead of a big stack like this and like that. So that is where the good deck would have been. Also, I have taken the deck in a whole new way than I thought. When we made the first part, because we made the first part and I slept on it for a day to really think about it. Well, over the day, everything I thought about the deck changed. So, first of all, I'm going to go through and explain what exactly that I thought about the combo of those few cards that I saw. And I'm going to demonstrate what the combo I saw, okay? So now, let's say, let me get all these right. I'm going to try to turn them right side up for you guys to see. Now, being a bad cameraman, but actually let's come over here and see if I can. Now, this is what I've noticed, is that, even the deck builder's toolkit said that, a mono-colored deck will be more concise, more straight to the point, which is true, but not always true. Now, let's say, the deck that I built her now, that's finished and ready to go, is optimal at 2 and 3 mana. It fires off on turn 3 and 4. But since it's a new deck and we don't have a lot of money in it, it has been compromised. It's compromised in the fact that, it doesn't have like an infinite mana generating combo, or it doesn't have an infinite combo that is a one push button win the game kind of deal for you. So anyways, I'm going to just demonstrate this. Alright, turn 1, land, tap, Arbor Elf, okay? Turn 2, second land. Now, you could do things like this. You could do tapping a forest to play Arbor Elf. The other Arbor Elf that does not have summoning sickness, you can tap it to untap target forest. Tap both forests again to play a Visionary Elf. When Visionary Elf enters the battlefield, you draw a card. So there's a draw mechanic right there. Okay? Now, I'm just going to use this. All right, turn 3, untap lands, another forest. Now, you could do things like this. I'm going to tap 2, you could say, you could play it multiple ways. Like, let's say, I'm trying to say you had all of these cards, make sure, you had all of these cards right here in your hand. Okay, you had all of these cards in your hand. Well, you could tap 2 green forests to, let's say, either play another Elvish Visionary, and then you could tap the 2 Arbor Elves to untap the 2 forests, and then retap 3 forests again to play a Yiva's Force Mage. So there you just got another draw mechanic in, and when Yiva's Force Mage enters the battlefield, target creature gets 2/2 and end of turn. Tack you for a 3/3 creature. Or you could have done it like this. You could do like, okay, I'm going to tap 1 forest to summon a Bond Beetle. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Elvish Visionary. So now it's a 2/2. Then I'm going to tap 2 forests to play the Elvish Visionary, the draw mechanic. And then tap these 2 to untap your lands and play something else. Like tap these two to play an Elvish Warrior. Boom. So see, there's a little miniature combo in the deck that I built her. Or like you could do it another way. Here's another way I saw. You could essentially, let's say, on the third turn, you've got your third mana. You could do tap all 3 mana and tap Arbor Elf to untap a mana, retap it to play a Briar Pack Alpha, which is a 3/3 creature wolf with flash. And when it enters the battlefield, target creature gets 2/2 until the end of turn. Now, I'm playing a 4 mana casting cost creature on the third turn instead of the fourth turn because of Arbor Elf. And then it has Summoning Sickness, but it would give the Elvish Visionary 2/2, so I attack you for 3 on the third turn. When on the second turn I already attacked you for 2. So I mean, you could do things like that. I mean, it's a cool little combo. Or like, let's say you had the Bond Beetle. In the third turn, you could have played the Briar Pack Alpha for 4 mana on the third turn. Tap this Arbor Elf to untap a forest. Retap it again to play a Bond Beetle. And when the Bond Beetle enters the battlefield, you get to put a permanent 1/1 counter on this. So now the Briar Pack Alpha gave the Elvish Visionary 2/2, so it's a 3/3, and then the Bond Beetle gave it 1/1, so it's a 4/4. So on the third turn, I'm attacking you with a 4/4 Elvish Visionary. Stuff like that. So she's got a pretty good little miniature tight combo in her deck that is like, it's not completely comboing out into an infinite combo, but that it does have a combo built into the deck that really affects her in a positive way. It doesn't hurt. I mean, there's nothing bad about that combo. It's just not a crazy awesome game-ending combo. It's just a combo that she'll be doing to get a slight advantage in the game, and it'll be psyching out her opponents and basically, you know, giving her a slight mana ramping edge, or just it'll give her an edge is what I like about that. Okay, so it's a 60-card deck. I'm running in excuse me for the microphone. All right, it's a 60-card deck. I'm running 17 lands. 17 lands in the deck, because all of these spells right here are mana ramping spells, or creatures that mana ramp, like a Llanowar Elf or a Finehorn Elder Elf. Then these spells right here are her pumping up spells. So she's got all these small creatures here that are going to allow her to be doing that mini combo, getting out creatures really fast, getting creatures out fast, really, really fast, and setting up an early defense in time for her to defend herself long enough to get out these insanely big creatures. Like, basically, her insanely big creatures I gave her: Avatar Might, an Artisen of Kosalek, Thyrsus Natuko Primus, Hugin the Rising Star, a Rox, Stone Tongue Basilisk, a Spike Baloth, 2 Acidic Slimes, and 1 Ambush Viper. Okay? Now, her beefing up spells are just, I'm going to run through a few of them. 2 Predator Strikes, 2 Tinic Growths, Wild Might, Snare the Skies, and then these 3 spells right here are healing spells or catch you off guard spells. She's got a Vitalize and a Nourish, which are healing spells, and she's got a Sandstorm, which does 1 damage to a target 1 damage to each attacking creatures. Okay? Now, her mana ramping spells, she's got in there like 2 Lay of the Lands, 1 Overgrowth, Rampant Growth, Abundant Growth. She's got 3 Journeys of Discovery. So we are giving you a deck breakdown. So I'm kind of nervous. I didn't want to do this because I wanted to keep it exclusive. Now, coming over here, I'm going to move my camera. Coming over here is her sideboard. Now, what I've done with her sideboard is, let me zoom in, I got a glare. She's got spot removal here. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's got 8 spot removals for enchantments and artifacts. Then she's got 3 cards here that are gonna either she's got Elvish Herder, a Groundkeeper, and a Wing Snare, so she can deal with flying, give creatures trample. Then here she's got Borderland Rangers, which is land retrieval for built into a creature. And then she's got Prey Upon here and a Marwan Vulil Beast Tracker. So that allows her to go find badass creatures that have Death Touch, Hexproof, let's see, and Trample and Reach. So she can sideboard those cards out, and sideboard can only be 15 cards. So I've put these 2 lands over here so she can decide later on, like maybe if she wants to take out one of these 3 cards and add lands into her sideboard. So if she realizes that maybe the 17 green forest in her deck are not the optimal number for that deck, that she might need 18 or 19 lands in her deck. So basically how I'm seeing it now, I honestly think 17 lands is going to run optimal in her deck just fine. Might run into an issue with the 17 lands, drawing a good amount of lands on your opening hand if you're not shuffling the deck all the time really well. Or the 17 lands might not distribute that well out in a 60-card deck to where she can get an optimal amount of lands to play her crazy big creatures like the Artisen of Kosalek, which is 9 mana, or the Avatar Might, which is 8 mana. Well, the Avatar Might is 6 colorless mana less to play if your opponent has 4 more creatures than you, but that's not always going to happen. Like, her other things are like Thyrsus is 7 mana, Hugin, the Rising Star, is 6 mana, Rox is 6 mana, the Stone-Tongued Basilisk is 7 mana. So yes, I honestly feel like if she got a Christmas tree hand, or she got the right hand most of the time, with her mana ramping spells and like her mana ramping creatures, or the creatures that allow, like the Arbor Elf that allows her to tap it and untap a forest, she should be able to generate 7 to 8 or 9 mana by the 4th, 5th, or 6th turn. Like if she's got 4 on the 4th turn, if she's got 4 mana out and she's got 2 Arbor Elves out, she can make 6 mana on the 4th turn, and that would easily cover Hugin, the Rising Star, or Rox, or the Acidic Slimes. On the 7th turn, she could cover easily the Avatar Might. See what I'm saying? So she can get a really big shit out way early if she plays her cards right, and if she gets a good hand. Plus, in her sideboard here, she has the spot removal that she needs to take care of someone that is running an equipment deck, or that's just got some pain in the ass artifacts and enchantments that are just throwing her off. So the Deck Builder's Toolkit really only gave us, that started this deck, that I think, I don't want to say that it holds an amazing promise to be a great deck. It's definitely not a standard deck, because it doesn't stay in the limitations of the standard rules. But you could easily fix it to where it's a limited deck. All you'd have to do is take out about 4 or 5 cards and put in 4 or 5 cards that follow into the limited restrictions. So she could have a limited tournament deck. So, but I definitely, honestly don't feel like inside this is a tournament-ready deck, but I really feel like this is more than a casual deck. Now, she's only played 3 games of Magic, so she's not ready for that tournament scene. But the thing about it is that the deck is much more advanced than just a casual deck, like going and buying these pre-constructed decks that we do when we make these unboxing videos. I think I can guarantee and say that I definitely think this deck is way better than the Johnny Vengeance deck as just a pre-constructed deck. The Johnny Vengeance deck that we have can be really good if you were to enhance it through customizing, things in and out of it. So I'm going to stop there. So I stop ranting. That is her deck. Now I'm going to make 2 more videos. What I'm going to do, I'm going to finish making the Mil deck here and finish making this black and white creature token deck. And then what I'm going to do is make I'm going to make 2 videos where I'm just excited. I'm going to make 2 videos breaking down those 2 decks and showing the deck list, showing how I think the deck should be played, kind of giving an overview of what's in it, And then we're going to put those 2 decks on eBay for very cheap because we don't need them. We're not going to use them. And I'm going to split up those booster packs, even though pretty much nothing in those booster packs go with these 2 decks. But I'm going to split up those booster packs in half and put them in with this these 2 decks. Or either I'm going to sell all 4 of those commons and uncommons as just a giant repack lot for real cheap. Like I believe that's what was left over. That's like anywhere from 3, 5, 10. That's anywhere from 40 to 60 cards right there of commons and uncommons. I'm gonna do like a 50 card repack lot for like $5 in free shipping, because there are some cards here that are I wouldn't say pretty good, but there's some cards there that are common and uncommon cards that will be pretty good for someone that's making just a beginner deck or a casual deck, and they might need some play sets or some filler cards. Like there's some acidic slimes in there, some molches, armored scabs, just stuff like that. It's not anything big deal. So, all right, that's it for this segment, and when we come back, I'm going to make the other segments revealing those 2 decks, but now I got to go make those decks, okay? See ya later. Now. Hey everyone, this is David with Dub's Treasure Store. We got Amber from mythicinfo.com, and we got our good old buddy Joel. Say hello.
Hey, this is Joel, TBNR.
With us. Oh no. And this is Amber.
Hey.
All right. Today, quick rundown. Okay, quick rundown. Amber is using her brand new deck that we made the deck list breakdown segment. We don't have a name for it, but right now we'll just call it a Mono-Green Stomp Your Face deck in. It is a fully customized, enhanced deck that we started to build it out of the 2013 core deck building toolkit. Our friend Irving, or you might know him as Joel, is playing with the Johnny Vengeant Planeswalker deck, which is a zoosexual deck. Fucking fuck shit up. Tricolor, multicolor deck, red, white, and green. So, all right. So now we are here, ready to start this game. I wasn't completely ready. Let me get them a dice so they can rizzle. All right.
Don't forget we have 2 more guests.
Yes, we have 2 more guests, but they don't. Do y'all want to be in this? Yeah, they don't want to say anything. So, all right, we're gonna roll a dice for high to see who goes first. Y'all go. Well, they might talk here and there. One of them's a girl, one of them's a guy. Do you want me to introduce y'all's names, or y'all don't? They don't really care. But if you do hear other people, it's just our other guests. All right, y'all are rolling for high. Go ahead and roll. The gamer girl got an 8, and Irving got a 5. All right, so you get to go first, or you can choose to go second, whatever you'd like.
She's gonna want to go first because she thinks she's such a badass.
All right, do y'all have good hands? Do y'all have to reshuffle? Or do y'all have to mulligan? Y'all know what mulligan is. Are y'all good to go? Y'all should have already done that, so we don't have to wait on you.
I got this.
No, her. I'm trying to make her play a little bit faster.
Okay, I'm good.
Are you sure?
She's not good.
She's not good.
She knows she's not. She's nervous. She's nervous because she knows she's going to get her ass kicked.
All right. Yeah, do me a favor real quick.
It's been so long since I played this game.
I know. Old Irving over here hasn't played Magic in about, no, I think it's been about 6 to 8 months since you have played. Okay, so it's game on. Top of round 1. Amber's opening with the first turn. She's laying down a forest. You don't draw a card on the very first turn. Is that it? You can't do nothing on the first turn? Well, we didn't make her deck to do that. She must have got a bad hand. All right, go ahead and go, Irving. You get to draw a card. You get to draw a card. It's only the person that goes very first.
I was going to make her name first, but okay.
Yeah, no. You got to do things in a specific order. All right. He's opening with a forest. Are you sure you 2 guests don't want to say anything?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right. They're just watching. They're spectating the game. All right. And he's passed it on back to her turn. Bottom of the second. No, top of the second, sorry. Oh, yeah, and if you watched our video when we last had our guest Irving on, we covered some conspiracy theories, and we talked about the whole conspiracy theory of Chipper Jones's last game. You know, and looking back and thinking about that, maybe Irving might be onto something there. I really do think maybe the bat was loaded or the ball was loaded. It was kind of weird. Did you draw a card, Amber?
Yes.
But she ain't got shit.
Yeah, she should have mulliganed. If you thought You looked at your hand and you thought it was a bad hand. See, again, like I've told her, you second-guessed your intuition. Got to listen to your intuition. A woman's intuition is always fucking solid.
Are you good?
You can't do nothing?
No, I can't.
All right. And now it's bottom of the second. Irving's turn. I'm
going to tap 2.
I'm gonna take it off the stand so we can see his hand.
Bring out a jade main.
This is his hand?
It says creature human shaman. Put a 1/1 green pro-link creature token onto battlefield.
Yeah, you pay 3 mana and you can put a 1/1 token on the field. And you can do that multiple times.
Yeah, I have 2 mana.
But you gotta have the mana to do it. You can only lay 1 mana per turn. Don't tell her how much mana you have. Alright, he's done. And that creature he summoned has summoning sickness, so he can't attack it this turn. Alright, now it's the top of the third. Yep. She should have mulliganed. I don't know why she didn't listen to her intuition again. Alright, it's bottom of the third. Irving's turn.
Untap.
Irving's on fire here. This deck never plays this well for me.
Hey, I want to lay...
Yeah, that's smart.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tap 2 to bring out a Gani's Mantra enchantment. Ajani's Mantra. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may gain 1 life. Ooh. And I'm going to go ahead
Now, you have to remember to gain that 1 life. It's not her responsibility. And if you forget, you can't go back. You got to remember.
Go ahead and attack.
Now, I know you have... Okay, hold on. I just want to say one thing. You haven't played in a while. Your upkeep phase, that's when you're untapping everything. So remember to gain your life when you're untapping. Alright, tap a creature to show you're attacking. Attacking for 2. Oh, and you got to take that damage. Ouchies. So you're at 18. I'm going to go get my phone now. Keep track of the life. Sometimes I'm being a shitty. Alright, it's your turn. Okay. There we go. Because my phone's got the life counter at.
Be right back.
Okay.
Just in case people don't know. Did you pull a card?
I think I did. Alright, I'm tapping the forest, and I'm playing Sandstorm.
Okay, read it.
Okay, Sandstorm deals 1 damage to each attacking creature.
Okay, so tell me 1.
Yeah.
But hold on, because I think I can take the hit.
Apparently you didn't shuffle that well.
Or something.
Or I didn't put enough mana in your deck. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, and she tapped her mana to...
You have to do that when he attacks. He's already attacked. Take that back. That'll be 1 time we give you a take back. Anything after that, we're not going to let you do it. Only because Irving's more pro than you. Ooh, I like your background. That's a badass background. Where'd you get that, Irving?
Of Sedge.
Off Zedge? Okay, I got Zedge. What's the keyword to get that to download that?
I don't know, dude.
You just typed in cool background.
No. It's just in the backgrounds.
You don't even have to download it. So
No,
I got it in my
you just gotta look for it.
Okay, that's badass. I like that a lot.
Are you ready?
So it's still 18, Amber 20, Irving, right?
Yeah, me 20, Amber 18, because I just deal 2 damage to her. And I'm gonna go because I guess she's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm done.
I'm gonna go ahead and upkeep and take my life. My gain 1 life, so I'm at 21. And I'm untapping everything, and I'm gonna pull. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tap 1 to bring out my Lone Lion. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attack you with that one for 2 damage.
Volunteer attack. Oh, wait, you just.
Because I just summoned the Lone
Did you
Lion.
remember that you forgot to gain the 1 life?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
I said it.
Okay, so I just gotta add it. But if I keep forgetting, you just hit the buttons here to add what you need to.
Okay.
This is -5, add 5. That's -1, add 1. Just so you know. So score is 18-21. All right, let's go, Amber. All right, do you have? If you're going to end the turn, do you have more than 7 cards in your hand? You can only end.
Yes. I have more than 7. I have 8. So I have to throw one out.
I would. Let me see your hand. I'll help you here.
What, did you already throw that one out already?
Yeah.
And go. So this is the bottom of the 5th turn.
Okay, I'm tapping and I'm going to gain 1 life. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop another land.
This is mid high definition. It's not my best high definition, but
I'm going to go ahead and tap 2, and I'm going to bring out my Canyon Wildcat. It's a creature cat, mountain walk, and I'm going to go ahead and attack you with my Jade Mage and my Lone Lion for 3.
now let's organize you a tiny bit better. Put your enchantment over here and put your creature up there. So all your creatures together. All right. So you're attacking her for 3. She's at 15. And so go. And now this sucks. So she got mana screwed. Now I did put only 17 forest in her deck. Because her deck couldn't run optimally off of that. Now, if you were smart but you forgot to use the sandstorm when he was attacking, it's too late. As soon as he's saying he's attacking, you have to do it.
Okay, so interrupt.
You can't wait for him to end his turn and then do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I get for being polite.
No, that's what you get for not listening. Well, I have to be a dick to enter the point. It's the only way she's going to remember.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I'm being such a bad cameraman. Put the abundant growth on.
Yeah.
She's going to tap a forest, and then she's going to enchant that forest. It goes on your forest. Now, when it comes into the battlefield, you get to draw a card.
Okay.
Do you not read your cards? Okay. Now, when you tap that forest, it adds 1 mana of any color, but you're a mono-green, so you don't need to make any other colors. But basically, that forest makes 2 forests. Now, it can't make the double right now, but it'll start next turn. Are you ending your turn with more than 7 cards? Because if you already need a discard. And I'll help you discard 1 more card. This time that's it.
I have 7.
Okay, so it's the bottom of the 7th turn.
And I'm going to untap and gain 1 life.
You hit the button yourself. My hands are full.
Okay, well, my Lone Lion, I was just reading it. It says get 1+1+2 as long as I control a forest.
It gets +1/+2 as long as you gain a forest. Okay, so it's a 2/3 creature.
Okay. And I'm going to tap all of them. Okay.
So he's tapping all out. He's tapping 5 mana.
And I'm going to go ahead and bring my Angel's Entity out.
Put it up at the top with all your other creatures. And read for us what it is.
It says a creature elemental. Whenever you gain a life, put that many 1/1 counters on Angel Entity.
Okay. So whenever you gain life, that creature gets stronger.
Okay. So and I'm going to go ahead and attack her with my Jade Mage only.
Only. She doesn't have no creatures. Why don't you go ahead and go attack everything with what you can?
Okay. I'm going to attack her for 2, 3.
No, that's 3, 4.
4, and then 2 more.
So that's 6 damage. All right, mark it off on the phone for her. My hands are still full. Mark it off on the phone. All right, okay. I'll do it since you guys are not. You mark it off for
is she going to go, or what? Is she going to use that instant thingy?
All right, it's 9-23. She keeps forgetting. But she couldn't. She was tapped out. Sorry, she was tapped out. All right, untap everything first.
Okay.
Did you draw a card?
No.
She's really nervous, guys. This is only her second or third. This is only her 3rd game on a camera, so don't be hard on her. I'm already being hard enough. Okay, so now you've got 2 mana. You can do a bunch of stuff. Play that.
Okay. I'm tapping 1.
You tap the 4. No, just go ahead and tap both of them.
Okay, tapping 2 forests
No, you're tapping one forest, but it produces you only have one forest. It's an enchanted forest. Look, hold on, I can't. I'm trying to smoke a cigarette, so I gotta stop. All right, look, let me put it up here since I ran her through practice so she wouldn't be like this. Look, the forest is enchanted. When you tap the forest, you just tap them both like that, okay? And now it floats an imaginary 2 mana. So you can play that, and then during this turn, you can play something else that's 1 mana. Like that, but that would be dumb. So, let's see. Instead of doing that, no, you'll be fine. Just do that. So she's gonna take a loss 1 turn though to put out the Arbor Elf, but that's gonna set her up to do better things next turn. All right, bottom of the 8th. Go ahead and go, Irving.
Okay, untap everything, gaining 1 life, and my Angel's entity gains. So it becomes a 5/5. So I'm gonna gain 1 life. So I'm at 24, 9. And I believe maybe this will be the last turn. I'm gonna do some big damage.
At least we're getting the pain.
Oh my god! Wow.
Holy shit,
dude! I would have.
He got a badass card.
Yeah.
Can you play it?
No, I don't have enough.
You only need it. Oh, you only need a little bit more.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tap everything out.
Oh, and you gained 1 life, but you forgot.
No, I did. I already put it on.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
And I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my Pride of Lions, which is a creature cat. You may have a Pride of Lions assassin's combat damage as tough it weren't blocked.
Okay, you can assign its damage as though it weren't blocked. Meaning, if you attack with this 4/4 cat and she blocks it with her 1/1, well, you kill the 1/1, but that 4 damage still goes to her.
Okay.
Which is really mean.
And I'm gonna go ahead and attack her with a 2, a 3.
No, that's 4 damage.
A 4, 5, 6, 10. And
she's dead
game
by
over.
-1. Game over. All right. So that was a cool.
No, 5, because remember I gained 1, so that's 11.
Yep.
Minus
so
2.
She killed her with -2 damage. Now, Irving, would you mind playing me one more game and let me use her deck?
All right.
So, because I don't want people to be like, "Wow, he can't make decks." She just got a bad hand, and she was not playing it good.
Shuffled.
No, there's some things that you just did wrong. You did get a bad hand, but you could have done a little bit more than what you did. All right, guys, that was game 1 of the. I guess we're gonna call her deck. I don't know. Help us think of what that is, but I don't even know what that deck is. It's just a mono-green deck, I guess. First, the Johnny Vengeant deck has got 1 win on the new green deck. All right, peace.
Hi guys, it's Amber with Mystic Info, and we are here with Dubs. Mythic Info. Duh. We are here with some of Dub's friends, and we are playing a game of Magic. So.
Let's call this deck the Arbor Elf deck.
Okay.
So it's the mono-green Arbor Elf deck versus
the Johnny Vengeance.
There.
They know what it is.
All right, this is round 2. She can't carry this on. It's round 2. Johnny Vengeance deck 1. Arbor Elf mono-green deck 0. And we're starting. Now, if you would kind of control the camera a little bit, give our viewers better views and camera angles. Yeah. Happy face. Yay. Okay. All right. Roll for. You want to roll for high or low? Okay. High. Okay. All right. So you can either go first or choose to go
I'll let
second.
you go first.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Let's go first.
Forest. Go.
Okay. Mountain. Tap.
Ooh, he's gonna do something. He's gonna open up and do something on the first turn. I like that.
Card 8.
Wow.
Creature 8. Card 8 gets 1, 2 as long as you control a forest.
Yep.
So.
Do you have a lighter? Can you light me?
He can light you. I don't have a lighter.
So when you get a forest, that becomes a 2/3. That Kurt Ape is badass. And you're done. I'm going to draw a card. Okay, forest, stepping 2 to play to play an Ambush Viper. It's a 2/1 with Death Touch, meaning, I'll read it to you. Death Touch says, any amount of damage this deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. So even if it's facing an 8/8, it kills it. Because it's got Death Touch. It's like very poisonous venom. You can zoom in on that instead of getting the camera right in her face. She is new to being our cameraman. She's got a few things to learn here and there. And go, it's your turn.
I'm tapping everything, pulling my card. I am going to lay a motherfucking land. And I'm going to go ahead and attack his ambush.
Well, no, you're just attacking me. I choose to assign my creatures to block.
Shut the front door.
And I am going to block you, and we both die. And, yo, it's good. Your graveyard goes under your library.
Okay. It's actually good that I killed them.
Yeah, it was. But the thing is, see, you're already pretty damn professional, and you haven't played a long time, so you might as well go ahead and act full professional. All right, so it's my turn. Untapping, drawing. Then I'm going to lay a forest. So I got 3 forests, and I'm going to tap 2 to summon an Elvish Visionary. When an Elvish Visionary enters the battlefield, I draw a card. It's your turn. Bottom of the 3rd. Ooh. I tell everybody they can't smoke on my table, and I smoke and then fuck it up. I don't like this table anyways.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop a
very...
got you the city tree land. Add 1 mana, 1 to your mana pool.
Yep. Add 1 colorless to your mana pool if you tap it, or you can pay 2 colorless, a green and a white, and tap it, and you get to put a 1/1 green token creature onto the battlefield.
Alright, can I do that?
Well, you need 4 mana to do it. No. This is a land. You can only lay 1 land per turn.
Oh.
Thanks for showing me your hand.
You're welcome.
All right.
I thought that's what you were asking me.
No.
Shut the front door and go.
I can't believe you're still saying shut the front door. We came up. You and I coined that term like what, a year and a half ago? Or did you come up with that?
You came up with that.
I did? I thought I was the one that said I came up with pump the brakes or pump the pedal on the brakes. Oh. I was like, what's going on? Okay, I drew a card. I'm going to tap 1 for an War Elf. And then I'm going to... I'm going to do something nasty. That's kind of a dick. I'm going to tap 2 to play a Predator, to summon a Predator Strike instant spell. It says target creature gets 3/3 and gains trample until end of the turn. Makes this a 4/4. Attack you for 4 damage. You're at 16 and go.
Okay.
So it's 20 to 16. And then this resolves to the graveyard.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay another land.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah, I'll help you organize your lands a little bit. You do pretty well.
I'm going to go ahead and tap all 3 lands. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and bring down a lead Stampede.
Summoning a sorcery spell.
Yeah, look at the top 5 cards of your library card. You may reveal any number of creature cards from among the items and put the revealed cards into your hand.
And then what happens to the rest of the cards?
Put the rest on the library in any order.
Under the library in any order. Okay, that's pretty good. So that allows you to pick all the creature cards. Yeah, don't show them to me, dummy.
Wow, dude. You won't believe it.
Did you get amazing cards?
Yeah.
Or you got shit?
I got pretty amazing cards. That one goes down there. Any creature cards, right?
Any creature cards. So, instants, sorcery spells, enchantments, and artifacts and equipments have to go under. You can only keep creatures.
And I can show them to you or no?
No. Well, does it say reveal it?
It says...
Look at the top 5.
You may reveal any number of creature
You
cards.
sure it says you may? You may reveal any number of creature cards from among them and put the revealed cards. Wow, you may. Okay. Well, that is weird wording. I can't. Wow, that's weird. So you don't have to show me. I guess if you wanted to be a dick and be like, ha ha ha, look at this badass I got, and it's about to come smack your fucking face. Here you go. All right, so you're done.
Okay.
I will untap everything. Draw a card. Now, It's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here, so let's take off all our pants. Okay, now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 I can float. Damn, I got a hard decision to make here. Okay, I'm going to attack you for 2. You are at 14. And I'll say, go.
Okay.
See, he had amazing hand last turn, and it looks to me like he's got good amount of land, but he ain't doing
like
shit.
8, so I'm just gonna get rid of.
No. You do that at the end of this turn. Don't do it right now.
Because I'm gonna go ahead and lay.
You forgot to untap.
Another land.
All right, so he can float 5 mana. He's got 2 red, 2 green, and 1 colorless.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tap all 4 to bring out a. But I can do this one too, right?
Yes, that makes it colorless.
Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap 4.
Okay.
To bring out a Spitmare. Creature elemental whenever Spitmare is dealt damage. Spitmare, it dealt damage. It deals that much damage to target or creature or player.
Well, that was confusing. Hold on. Whenever Spitmare is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target creature or player. Okay. So if I were to hit it with a fireball for 2 damage, it's like a mirror, and it shoots it back to me. So that's pretty damn good. And that 3/3 Spitmare can kill either one of my creatures out right now. Okay, so my turn. Untap everything, draw a card. Forest, so I can float 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I will say go.
Okay. Untap everything. Okay, bring down a land.
Damn, you got a lot of land. You got more land than me. If I had that much land, shit would be going down bad for you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tap
3, 4.
Okay, 4. Bring in my Agani.
You're a Johnny Vengeance.
Johnny Vengeance.
That's the Planeswalker for this deck. Now, he's a Planeswalker. That's badass. Now, you've never played with a Planeswalker, but this is basically how it works. He's a player like you. He's not a creature. So right now, he's got 3 health. He has 3 health, and this is what you want to do, so I'm going to help you. He's got 3 health. Now, you can only do one of his actual ability spells once per turn, but you can go ahead and do this first one, and then it puts him at 4 health. Now, these -2 and the -7 means that you've got to get his life total up to like 8 health totals to be able to do his most ultimate badass. And then it takes away 7 life from him. So you just do this one you do it one time, it puts him at 4 health. So you need to do it 4 more times to get him up to 8 to be able to do that, and then it leaves him with 1 health. So go ahead and read it, because we're going to turn your health from
target permanent doesn't untap during its controller next untapped step.
Meaning you can choose one of my lands, or you can choose a creature, and when I tap it, it doesn't untap. So you can choose, most likely I use my lands a lot. So if you choose one of my lands, when I tap it, it won't.
I'll do this one.
Okay, so my Mono-Green Elf does not tap.
And I'm going to attack you for 3.
Okay, I am going to do this. In response to you attacking me, I'm going to tap 1 and play Sandstorm. Sandstorm deals 1 damage to each attacking creature. So it does 1 damage to him, putting him at 3/2, and then he pings 1 damage back to me. So I'm at 19. Then I'm going to take both of my creatures and block it. My 2 creatures die, and he dies. And then they would have taken the damage back to them, but they died. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. All right, you're done.
Okay, untap.
No, you're done. You attacked me. That was your turn.
Yeah.
So now it's my turn. I'm untapping, drawing a card. Force. I got 5 force. That hurt, though, that I had to do that. But I needed to get that creature out of the way because he's nasty. So I can float 5 mana, and I can't do shit. So it's your turn again. So you untap everything before you draw, but we'll let that pass. There's just some anal tournament players are really more than casual players. They're like, oh, you drew a card before you untapped. Ha ha ha, you can't untap because I'm a douchebag.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tap 5 and bring out my Angel's Entity out.
Let's see. Ageless entity.
Oh, ageless.
Okay, now that's a rare badass. He's a 4/4 elemental. What does it say?
Whenever you gain a life, put that many life onto your counter.
Okay, so whenever he gains life, whenever you gain life, he gets stronger. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's pretty badass. Okay, so now you want to do a Johnny Vengeance special. He's at 5 health. And you can pick one of my... well, of course, you're going to pick one of my lands because that's the only permanent I have. So, one of my... just pick one, though.
So I couldn't do the 2 minus 2 one?
You could do that one, actually. You could.
A Johnny Vengeance deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 3 life. Yeah, I'll do that one.
Wow, that is very powerful. So it makes him go down to 2. No, he loses... he was at 4 life, and he loses 2 life. So he goes down to 2. Then you deal 3 damage to me. 1, 2, 3, putting me at 16.
And I gain 3.
And then you gain 3. 1, 2, 3, putting you at 17. And then he gains 3 life. So that makes... now he's a 7/7 creature. That's pretty dick. Wow, you got a nice little combo set up right here. So he's a 7/7 creature. That's pretty dick, Irving. It's pretty good. Yeah, I was wanting you to do his first ability because I knew what it was and it was going to fuck me. So, wow, this is a very intense game. All right, my go. I don't have to untap anything, draw a card. Okay, so I'm going to tap 3 to play Journey of Discovery. Choose 1. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library, or I can play up to 2 additional lands this turn. I'm going to choose the first one. There's my 2 cards. I got to reveal them, and then they go into my hand, and then I'm going to lay one down because I didn't lay a land this turn. Shuffle my library, and it's your turn.
Okay, I'm untapping everything. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring tap 3. I mean, bring out a Grazing Glade Heart.
Put it up here. A Grazing Glade Heart. Now, what does that do? It's a
landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain 2 life.
Wow.
And I'm going to go ahead and attack you.
Now, hold on. Did you lay a land this turn?
No, not yet. No, yeah, you did.
You did? Okay, what you should have done is played him first, then laid the land down, and then you would gain 2 life, and then it would make that guy 2 points stronger.
Oh, okay, well,
but it's too late.
I'll take you for a 7/7.
Okay. 7. Now I have to take it, which puts me at 9. And then you can do a Johnny Vengeance. You can go ahead and do the -2, which will kill him. You do 3 damage to me. You gain 3 life. Beast that guy up stronger, or you can just do his first ability.
I'll sacrifice him.
Okay. And so you deal 3 damage to me, putting me at 6. This is a nasty game. Oh, nasty game. And then you gain 3 life. So it's 6 to 19, and then that just made that guy a 10/10. Wow, Irving. You're doing really well with that deck. That deck never does anything for me, ever. I never get a good... that deck never combos out for me like that. Alright, so I guess you're done. You did a lot that turn. Alright, I'll untap everything, draw a card. 7 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and I'm about to die. So, I'm going to play... This sucks, man. I don't even know what to do. Alright, I'm going to tap all out. Tap 7 to play Thyrsus Nantuko Primus. He's a 5/5. That's pay 1 green mana, tap it, target creature gets 5/5 until end of the turn, which is useless for me right now. But at least I can block your 2/2 or block your 10/10.
I'm going to untap everything, draw a card. I'm going to bring out Evolving Wings, which says land. Sacrifice Evolving Wings, search your library for a basic card, put that card tapped in the battlefield.
It's Evolving Wilds.
Oh, wow. So that was me. Okay. The forest. And it goes in tabbed.
Okay, yeah. It allows you to go find any color card you want. Like if you needed a white card.
No, yeah, it's okay. I'll just keep that one. So, and I'm going to go ahead and... And I'm going to go ahead and tap all out.
So how much you tapping? 1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
5, 6. Okay, it's tapping 6. Well, I'm scared.
Or 7 like that. But I'm bringing out the Fire Main Angel creature.
Actually, you can't. Now see, this is why the Evolving Wilds was good, because it allowed you to go find a white mana. You don't have any white. You have to have a red, 2 white, and 3 colors.
I didn't see that one. Okay,
So I'll go back, take it off. I'll let you take it back because we let Amber take it back. You're back here with Evolving Wilds. Put that back in your deck.
No, but it's okay. I can play something else.
Well, you go ahead and get the white mana since you need it. So you tap this and sack it. Now go find a white mana, put it into play tapped, and then shuffle your deck. And then that counts for your land laid this turn, and then you can do whatever you wanted to do other than that. But thanks for showing me what you have, because now I know that I'm pretty much dead if I don't pull something crazy out of my ass, which...
You won't, because you're dead right now. Check this out.
If I could do it.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tap tap 4. 1.
I shouldn't have killed this. If I didn't kill this, I could have had it.
4 to bring out Maurice's Twin Claws.
Okay, hold on.
Double strike.
Well, no, wait. Well, that's already tapped, so you got to tap one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. All right, Maurice's Twin Claws. Wow, it's a 2/4 double strike. Ouch. Meaning, when he attacks a creature, he deals 4 damage instead of 2.
Okay.
But when it hits me, it only does 2 damage.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and attack you with my
10/10
Aegis Entity and my Gracing Blade Heart.
Now, I can either... Yeah. So what I have to do is basically I have to block the 10/10, and my 5/5 badass dies, and then I take 2 damage, putting me at 4. So I'm pretty much dead next turn. There's no way around it. There's nothing I can do. All right, but let's just see what I do. Untapping and drawing a card. If I had one more land, maybe in this deck we should put the lands from 17 to 18 in this deck. All right, tapping. It's rough. This is rough. Tapping 1 land, 2. Snare the Skies. Oh, never mind. This sucks. All right. Well, I'm gonna lay my 4. So I got 8 mana. Man, this sucks. Oh, I could have had this last turn. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tapping 6 to play a Rocks. It's a 5/5. You may have Rocks deal combat damage as though... You may have it deal combat damage to the defending player as though it weren't blocked, and it has Regenerate. All right, it's your go. Untap everything. This game's almost over. It's been a very good game. Been an insanely good game. I can't believe you haven't... Irving, I can't believe you haven't played Magic in so long and you're doing so well.
There's another land.
Okay.
Greylit, Parent Refuge, enters the battlefield tab. When a Greylit enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life at whichever color I want.
Alright, so you get your back to 20, and that makes him an 11/11.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tap 1.
Oh, land, and this guy has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield,
I gain 2 life.
Which puts you at 22. Jesus.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tap.
If you get a good hand with that deck, it does insane stuff.
Yeah.
That deck is really mean. Does a lot of damage, has good defense, and it heals.
That, and I'm going to bring my Fire Main Angel.
Alright.
Flying first strike at the beginning of your upkeep. If the Fire Main Angel is in your graveyard or on the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. Return the Fire Angel from the graveyard to the thing. But I'm going to go ahead.
What is this thing that says 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Wow. Pay 10 mana. What does it do?
Return the Fire Main Angel to the battle from the graveyard to the battlefield.
Oh my god.
I'm going to go ahead and attack you for 11/11, 2/2, and a 4/4.
So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, I'm dead. Let's see. Hold on, wait. Block the 11/11 with my 5/5, and it dies, and then I pay... Oh, I can't pay... I only have 2 mana, so I can't regenerate it. And then I take 4 damage, and I die right at 0. Wow. That's good games.
Yeah, man. Well, we gotta go, dude.
Y'all gotta go?
Yeah.
Alright, thanks guys for following us. That was the Johnny Vengeant to the Arbor Elf Mono-Green deck, 2-0. Pretty good game, sir. I can't believe that. So y'all can't even hang out and play some Mortal Kombat or something?
No.
I'll see you guys later. Peace.
I did.
Hi guys, it's Amber with Mythic Info, and we're here with Dup, and we are going to be doing the
third round.
third round of
Your new deck. your Mono-Green Arbor Elf deck.
The Mono-Green Arbor Elf deck and the Depth and Defile.
Infect and Defile.
Infect and Defile.
Yeah, I just switched from using the Johnny Vengeance to the Infect and Defile deck, and that's because maybe the Infect and Defile deck is mean, but it plays. This deck is not a fast deck. If you're trying to play the Infect and Defile deck for speed, you will lose. This deck plays for the long game. So you have to have patience when you're playing the Infect and Defile deck. And also, I honestly feel like it's slower than the her Arbor Elf deck. So, normally Irving and I played the second round, and I lost. So the person that loses gets to choose whether he wants to go first or go second. But since we are starting a bunch of new things, we're gonna just roll. Now, also, I forgot to tell you, it's polite to say you cut my deck, and the person gets to cut your deck like that, or either sometimes they'll go like that, which means they trust you. Just so some people feel like you stacked your deck, like set up your cards, but it's okay since you already drew your cards. I haven't told you that, so I'm letting. Okay. She's giving me a weird face, like what the fuck. I'm just telling you things because sometimes a person's gonna set his deck out like that, and you're gonna be like, "What?" And he's gonna be like, "Are you stupid or something?" You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So just so you don't make a fool out of yourself. All right. So happy face. Let's roll for low. She rolled a 5. That's gonna be hard to beat. I rolled a 14. All right. Now, you get to go first, or choose to go second. It's up to you.
I'll go first.
And you don't need a mulligan. You got a good hand. Done?
Yes.
Draw a card. I'm gonna lay a Drowned Catacomb. Drowned Catacomb enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an islands or a swamp. Doesn't matter. So can't do anything on the first turn anyways. And I'll say go. All right, so she's laying a second forest. Kind of walk us through. It's because, it is extra quiet with not our guests have already left for the night. So, but also try to talk through your steps. So, like as if someone who doesn't know how to play Magic or has never seen this game can kind of follow and understand what's going on.
Okay, I just laid down a forest, and so I have 2 forests down, and I am done.
Okay, I'm going to untap and draw. Alright, and I'm going to play a swamp, tap 2 swamps, and I'm going to summon a Necropede. When Necropede is put in the graveyard from battlefield, I can put a -1/1 counter on a creature. Go.
Okay.
Some people hold their cards also like in their hand. Some people hold their cards like this. Because in the tournament scene, I just don't want to keep saying the tournament scene, but in pre-releases and in tournaments, in FNM, Friday Night Magic, people are fierce. Like, you can get in trouble, you can get barred, you can get in trouble, but some people bring a friend. Like, it's just like in casinos. That's how hardcore this can be. They'll bring a friend that will sit by their opponent and, like, look at them, and they've, like, learned hand signals or motion signs like this or like that, which allow, they've worked out a code between that. Say, oh, like, you're in trouble. And like, so that's why some people hold their cards like that. I don't want to show you my hand. So they can hold it down like this, or they can look at it real quick. They hold them like this, or they hold them in one stack. I'm just giving you tips
Okay.
to make you better. All right, so did you draw a card already?
Yes.
Okay, you got 2 forests. What's going on? Let's try to play fast.
I know. Stop second guessing
Just do something. She second guesses herself a lot, but you guys need to encourage her. She's doing good.
I'm tapping a forest for an Arbor Elf.
Tapping 1 for your. Okay, so Arbor Elf. We've named her deck Arbor Elf. That's the nickname we've given this deck. We don't know for sure what we're going to call the deck yet, but right now, so she's playing her themed card of the deck. Okay, so I will untap everything, draw a card, lay an island. I've got 3 mana I can float, and I am going to tap 2 to play another Necropede, and it has Infect. I will attack you. I'm going to stack them on top of each other. I'm going to attack you for 1. Now, if you block with your Arbor Elf, it dies, or if you take the 1 damage, it's your first poison counter. But you got to choose. You got to figure out what you're going to do. What are you going to do? Your Arbor Elf. Look, I don't like to continue to help you, but I want you to be the best that you can be. The Arbor Elf helps you to make more mana because it taps to untap a forest. So basically, with the Arbor Elf, you can float 3 mana.
Yeah.
But if you lose it, then you don't have that ability. But if you take the damage, 10 poison counters, you lose the game.
Yes. I'll just take the poison counter.
Okay, so you got your first poison counter. All right. Now it is your turn.
Okay, I'm untapping. Okay, and draw. I'm laying down a forest, and
I mean, you don't have to be so specific or politically correct. You can just say forest, or laying down a land. You don't have to say I'm laying down a forest. I mean, I don't want you to feel nervous or anything because I keep possibly correcting you. I'm just helping you learn a little bit more friendly.
Okay.
Gaming logo, because we're nerds here.
I am tapping. No.
Oh, that's gross.
Tapping 3 for the wistful sleek. No.
And when it comes into play, you draw a card.
Yes.
All right. So you're done? You done?
Yes.
Untap, drawing a card. Swamp. Second swamp. Alright, now I have 4 mana. I am going to... Alright. I'm going to tap 2 black swamps, and I'm going to smother your wistful Selkie. Selkie, which destroys it. And it can't be regenerated. Alright, it's your go. Thanks for showing me what was in your hand. Untap everything first before you draw a card. Booyah.
Okay.
Maybe, I thought 3rd time's a charm with her. Maybe after 5 or more games she'll pick it up.
Okay, I'm tapping 2 for Elvish Warrior.
Okay. And you can, remember, you can tap the Arbor Elf to untap a forest. So you can have 2 mana, or you can tap everything to make 3 mana and tap the Arbor Elf to untap 1 and then retap it, and that makes 4 mana. So if you got something in your hand that takes 4 mana, you can play that instead. That's going to be the last time I help you do something in this game. I'll let you. Okay. All right.
I can't do anything else. So.
Okay. All right. Are you done? Are you done?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Untap. Draw a card. Swamp. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 2. I'm gonna tap 2 blue because this makes a blue or a black. So there's my 2 blue, 3 colorless. And I am going to Corrupted Conscious, which enchants your Elvish Warrior, and I gain control of it. So now I've gained control of your Elvish Warrior, but it still has Summoning Sickness. And I will attack you with 2 Necropedes. So you either got to block it or take the 2 poison counters. Or you can block 1 and kill it, and then take 1 poison counter. It's up to you. But you've got to decide what you're doing. Unless maybe you got a Sandstorm, which that would be smart. If you had a Sandstorm, you can play it right now and it'll kill them both. What are you doing?
No.
So
It's still your turn.
yes, I'm attacking with 2 Necropedes.
Okay.
You can either block 1 with the Arbor Elf, and they both die, and then you take 1 poison counter, or you don't block and you take 2 poison counters. You've got to decide.
I'll block.
Okay, you're going to block 1, which I think that's a bad mistake, but okay. So they both die. Yours dies. Mm-hmm. And then you get a poison counter. Okay, so it's your go.
Okay, drawing a card and tapping for
Tapping
Journey.
all 3.
Yes, for Journey of Discovery.
Okay, so you got to choose one. You either search your library for 2 land cards, reveal it, put them in your hand, or you can lay up to 2 land cards in a single turn.
I'm gonna choose the
first one?
Yeah.
Okay. So that resolves to your graveyard. Now, you haven't laid a land yet this turn, so you can go ahead and lay one of those down. So, I put them on, so to make them look pretty and nice and organized, you can stack it like that. Alright, so I guess you're done.
Yes.
Unless you have something for 1 mana, you're done.
Yes, I am done.
Okay. I'm going to untap everything. Draw a card. Alright, so now I have 6 mana. Alright, I'm going to tap 4, 2 blues and 2 colorless, and I'm going to 4C, scry 4 and then draw 2 cards. Scry 4 says this: look at the top 4 of your cards from the library, then put any number of them on the bottom of your library and the rest on top of your library in any order. Alright, so okay, so I'm going to put this one on top of my library and these 3 on the bottom, and then I get to draw 2 cards. Alright, and then I'm going to say go. Went easy on you this turn. The next turn it starts. Supposed to untap everything before you draw. I'm going to let you get away with that one time. This is the last time. But if you draw and you forget to untap, I'm not going to let you untap your stuff. Because if I do that, then maybe you'll remember. Did you draw your card? Because I saw you put it back.
Yes.
Okay.
Laying another forest and...
Put them on top of your lands. You've got 5 mana. You should be able to do something. That deck works off of 3 lands, optimum. It does stuff. Unless you just have, unless all those cards in your hand are really big shit, and you need about 5. You need 5 to 9 mana to play your big stuff. So unless your entire hand is full of your big stuff, something's wrong.
Okay, I'm tapping 1 for the Arbor Elf.
Okay. Did you just draw that? If not, you should have played that a long time ago. Try to play as much as you can every turn.
Okay.
Try to play everything you can, as much as you can, every turn. Don't hold back anything.
Okay.
So you can't play anything else. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, an island. Alright, now I'm going to tap 4 to play a corpse cur. When it comes in the battlefield, return a creature with infect to your hand from the graveyard, turning the Necropede to my hand. Alright, then I'm going to tap 2 and I'm going to play this Necropede. Now, I'm going to attack you for 2. I'm going to attack you with your 2/3 Elvish Warrior. So you can either block or take the 2 damage. But at least I'm not giving you a poison counter. Which, it'd be dumb to kill the Arbor Elf, so you take 2 damage. You're at 18. Go.
Laying down a forest and...
So you've got 6 forests you can float.
Yes. I am bringing out the rocks.
Okay, so you gotta tap all out. You gotta tap all your lands. There you go. Alright. And you bring out the rocks. Okay. It's a 5/5 with regenerate that if it gets blocked, it can still do the 5 damage to me as though it weren't blocked. Alright. Are you done? I'm guessing you're done. You can't do much. It's only like one other thing you could do.
I don't think I can do what I'm thinking I can do. I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to tap 1 island, I'm going to preordain, scry 2, and then draw a card. Don't like those. So I'm just going under, and then draw a card. Damn. Okie dokie. So, I'm just trying to go easy on you. I could be really mean. Alright, now I'm going to attack you with both of my Necropedes and my corpse cur. I'm attacking you with a 1/1, 2 1/1s and a 2/2 that do their damage as infect.
And I'm going to instant with the strike.
Can't do that because you don't have 2 mana open.
Oh.
You could tap this to untap a land, and that would let you have 1. But you have to have 2 mana to play that.
Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself.
So, look, this is what you can do. You can use your 5/5 to block one of these, and it'll get a permanent -1/1 counter. Or you can take 4 poison counters, which will put you at 6 poison counters, and then 4 more you lose. So with the 5/5, you can block and kill any of these, but you'll get -1/1 counters from the infect. Or since you have 6 mana, you can block the 1/1, and they'll both die. So you'll kill one Necropede, and you can use a 5/5 to block the other Necropede. So you can get rid of both of the Necropedes, and then you take 2 poison counters. And then he goes down to a 4/4. Or if you don't want to take 2 poison counters from the Corpse Cur, you can take the rocks and block the Corpse Cur with your rocks, and he gets 2 infect counters, making him a 3/3. But you don't take 2 poison counters, and then you could use the Arbor Elf to block the Necropede, and then they both kill each other, and then you only take 1 poison counter. But it's up to you. Because really, your opponent is not going to tell you things like that.
I know.
Well, if you know, then do something.
I'll block with the rock.
What?
Rocks.
Block what?
The Necropede.
Okay, so you kill a Necropede, and then he gets a infect counter, so he's a 4/4, and then you're going to take the 3 poison counters?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got 5 poison counters. 5 more and you lose the game. Okay, so it is your turn.
Okay, tapping 3 for the Flinthorn.
Flinthorn Elder?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm pretty much all open. All I got is a 2/3 to block, a 2/3 blocker.
And
remember, if you attack with that and I block with that, you still get your damage through to me. It's like trample.
I will attack with the rocks.
So you tap with the creature to demonstrate that you're attacking with it. When a creature blocks, you do not have to tap to block a creature. You only need to tap the creatures when you're doing its tapping abilities or when you're attacking. You don't tap when you block.
Okay.
But you have to tap a creature when you attack with it. So you're attacking me with that. That's it? No, okay. So I will block the... Actually, well, it's a 4/4. Let's see. So I won't block. I'll take the 4 damage. So I'm at 16. Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Untap everything. Okay. And then I'm going to lay an Isle of Refuge. It comes into the battlefield tap, and when it comes into play, I gain 1 life, putting me at 17. And then I'm going to tap 2 blues and 3. Let's see, 2 blues and 3 colorless. So it's 5 mana, and I'm going to play another Corrupted Conscience, taking control of. I'm going to take control of your rocks. So now I have your 4/4. Okay, I'm being really mean right now. I'm sorry. All right. And now I will attack you. Oh, you attacked me last turn with that, so that's tapped. Okay, so now I'm going to attack you for 2/3 and a 1/1 infect. What are you going to do?
Your turn's already over.
No, we're in my turn.
Okay,
We're in my main phase. We're in the main combat phase.
Okay. So I'm gonna use the.
Okay, so you're tapping 2 to play the Predator Strike.
Yes.
And what are you putting it on?
I'm putting it on the Arbor Elf.
Okay, that's a smart decision. So now it's a 4/4. No, you don't need to tap it. You don't need to tap your creatures to show that you're blocking. What are you blocking?
I'm going to block.
It's a 4/4. This is a 2/3, and this is a 1/1.
The Necropede.
Really? Okay. So you block the Necropede, and you kill the Necropede. But your Arbor Elf gets a 1/1 negative counter. Alright. Now, at the end of my turn, this goes away, which kills him. Because, to understand why it kills him, because he's a 4/4. But when this is over, he loses the 3/3 buff, putting him back to a 1/1. And the negative 1/1 counter at the end of the turn goes into effect and makes it a 0/0, so it kills him. But at least you killed the Necropede. Alright. So it's your turn. I mean, I've been really mean. I've taken your creature cards from you, which is kind of dick. But that's all I had, so I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm laying down a force. And.
So you can float 7 mana. And actually, this makes 2, so you can float 9 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you should be able to play every single thing in your hand. I mean, the most expensive card in your deck is 9 mana. There's nothing over 9 mana. So right now, with as much mana as you have, you can play any single card in your deck.
Tapping 1 for Lay of the Land, which is search your library for a basic land card. Okay. Reveal it and then shuffle.
Oh, it goes into your hand. Okay.
And
I already know what we need. I need to change in that deck. I need to take out some of your mana ramp, because see, the problem with that deck now is once you get to a point to where you have so much lands, you don't have enough other. That deck is lacking 2 main things. It's lacking the consistency, and it's lacking severe draw mechanic, because that deck is so fast that you can play out your whole hand, and then you don't have any cards, so you're only drawing 1 card per turn. So we need to find some cards to put into that deck that allow you to continuously be able to draw, like how I've used the Foresee and I use Preordain. But I don't have any cards in my collection to make it like that. We'll just have to go to a card shop and buy some. All right. Anything else?
that's it.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay. Untap everything. And draw. Okay, so I'm going to tap 4 to play a Corpse Cur, another Corpse Cur, bring a Necropede back to my hand, and then I'm going to pay 2 mana to summon a Necropede, and then I'm going to pay 2 mana, a black and a colorless, to Doomblade the Fine-Horned Elf. Destroy target non-black creature. It's dead. Get it out of here. And then I'm going to. I just summoned the Corpse Cur, so I can only attack you with 1. So I'm going to attack you for 2. I just summoned the Necropede. 4 and 2. So you have to take the 6 damage, putting you at 14, and then you get 2 poison counters, putting you at 7 poison counters. Now it's your turn.
I'm tapping 3, 4. Eva's Force Mage.
Eva's Force Mage, alright.
Force Mage.
Well, and when it comes into play, it gives 2+2 to a creature, but you don't have a creature to put that on. I mean, you've been doing good in the fact that you played a big creature and a defense creature, but I took it from you. So it's not like you haven't made major mistakes that's cost you the game. I've just been a dick. So you've got a 2/2 at least, and that's it. There's nothing else you can do.
No.
Yeah, you've been holding on to a lot of cards in your hand. I don't see why you're not playing them. Unless they're just stupid. I don't understand what I'm guessing what you're holding on to is cards that buff up a creature card. But if you're holding on to creatures, if you have creatures in your hand and you're not playing them, that's just dumb. Because you have 7 mana now, again. You should be able to play any single creature in your deck. Besides Artisen of Kosalek. Okay. So I guess you're done. So I'm going to untap everything. Draw. This Infect and Defile deck is really nasty. We just need to figure out a little bit more draw mechanics or recycling mechanic in that deck. Alright, I'm going to tap 4 to play another Corpse Cur and return this Necropede to my hand. I'm going to pay 2 mana to summon this Necropede, and then I'm going to attack you for 2, for 4, for 1 poison, and 2 poisons, or infects. So, you have a 2/2. If you have something like another Predator's Titan or whatever it is, or like something to grow it and block the 4/4 or the 2/3. But either way, well, or actually, you need to block the, well, you're pretty much dead. Unless you have a Sandstorm in your hand, because see, right now you're getting 2, 4, 5. You're getting 5 poison counters, and you're at 7 poison counters. So you can only take 3 more poison counters and you lose the game. So unless you had some way of dealing with 2 of these infect creatures, you're going to lose the game. So pretty much this is game. So just go ahead and reveal to us what's in your hand. Okay.
2 instants.
And
those can only be played when somebody is attacking.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Those can be played. An instant can be played during any phase of anyone's turn.
Okay.
So, like,
I should have played them.
Well, the thing is, you just summoned that last turn. It had summoning sickness. So when I would say go during this turn is when it can attack. Mm-hmm. But yes, you could have pumped both of these up. Like when you had the Arbor Elf and that Finehorn Elf out. Before I killed them and stuff, you could have put these on them and done something. But it's okay. So you lost the game, but she's learning. This is we just finished creating this deck today. This is only her second time that she's played with that deck. So yes, she's still learning the deck. I created the deck for her, so she, like, guys, look, when you create a deck, if you create it by yourself, you know what that deck does, you know what the deck is, because you are the one that put every single one of those cards together to make the deck. Whereas she didn't. She was inside developing more stuff on her websites while I was building this deck for her, and I ran her through what the deck is. But apparently I didn't do a good job. But anyways, the main thing that really made me win is I stole your 2 creatures. Because if you had those 2 creatures, these would have done a lot of things for you. And then these little 1/1 and 2/2 pinger infect creatures wouldn't have been that big of a deal for you. So you didn't mess up bad. I don't want you to feel bad or feel like you were stupid or something. I just was a complete dick. But that's all I had was the corrupted consciences. All I could do was steal your creatures. Or I would have just had these weak pieces of crap. So there's nothing I could say except that you did your best, and you know, there's just you only made like 2 small mistakes, and all that was just doing something in the right order. So it wasn't a big deal. So good games. All right, so that was 3 games with her new deck. She lost 2 times. That deck lost 2 times to the Johnny Vengeance deck, and lost once to the Infect and Defile deck. But that still doesn't automatically say, so do not assume this, guys, that deck is bad. That doesn't mean that deck is bad. I don't think it's a solid deck yet, but for just getting the 2013 core deck builders toolkit, throwing 6 cards from that toolkit and making a random deck out of it, I think that's pretty damn good for what it started at to what it is now. It's not the best it could be, and it's definitely not the best deck in the world, but it's better than what she had, which was no deck. So, anyways, we'll see you guys later. We are done for tonight, I believe. We might play one more, but it's late. And that was 3 games with the opening of that deck. So you guys take care. See you later. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's David and Amber with Dub's Treasure Store and MythicInfo.com. Today we just made 2 new decks, generalized decks, out of the 2013 core set, the Deck Builders Toolkit. And she's playing a blue Mil, and I'm playing a red Pillar deck. It's just a nickname that I gave to the decks, but that is a blue Mil, and this is a red deck. I don't know if red Pillar would be the right definition for it, but these are like under extension formats, maybe limited. I don't know really what formats they are. But anyways, it's today's Tuesday, October 16th, 2012. Oh, and we don't have any counters, or coins to see. Yeah, grab that bag behind them. Yeah. But anyways, so we made these decks. We made her a main green deck out of the Deck Builders Toolkit, and then I was able to make 4 other decks out of that toolkit. So we're gonna play all of the new decks versus each other, and we're gonna sell them on eBay. So you guys will have a video of them, and you can kind of see their play style and buy whichever one you like that's fitted to your play style. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and we'll roll dice to see who goes first, and we'll roll for high. Alright. Go ahead and roll a dice for high. She got a 2, and I got a 2. Wow, we both got 2s. Switch. Oh, we both got 2s. I got a 2 again. We both got 2s again. Wow, that's really weird. Wow, this game's going to be weird already. 19 and a 7. Alright, I'm going to go first. Alright, we already shuffled and drew. We did no stacking. We just shuffled it right as I was turning the camera on. Since I go first, I don't draw a card. I'm going to lay a mountain. And let's see. I'm going to tap. I'm going to lay a mountain, and I'm going to tap to summon a slumbering dragon. There's 2 rares in this deck that I put in here for you. Or no, maybe three rares from new sets. Yeah, and most of them are the 2012 and 2013. Slumbering Dragon says it's a 3/3 flying dragon. It cannot attack or block unless it has 5 or more counters on it. So it can't attack or block right now. But whenever a creature attacks me or a planeswalker that I control, put a 1/1 counter on Slumbering Dragon. So it doesn't say whenever a creature attacks and deals damage, just whenever a creature attacks me or my planeswalker. So if it attacks me, I guess it's gonna attack me and get through my. I'm not really sure, but here I'm gonna give you a close-up document cam shot. It's a pretty card. Yeah, it's nice. So I just want to do a document cam shot of our rares in here so you can see them. All right, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to lay down an island.
Alright. Did you draw a card?
No. Gotta get that.
And we've never played these decks. She's only played 3 Magic games total. So just bear with her. And like I said, we've never played these decks. Can you do anything?
No.
So these are brand new. We've never played these. We haven't discussed them or anything. We just made them. We're going to show you them and show you what they can do, and then we're going to put them on eBay for pretty cheap. All right, I drew a card. I untapped and I drew a card. And I'm going to lay in a second mountain, and I am going to let's see. I'm going to tap one and play Pillar of Flame. Wow, the name of the deck. Okay, Pillar of Flame says it deals 2 damage to target creature or player. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to you, putting you at 18. Alright, go. So she's at 18.
Alright, I'm laying down a land and...
Now her deck, while she's thinking, her deck is a little slow, but basically what you want to do with her deck, like, since I didn't even tell her how she should play that deck. How you should play this deck is you should get out, most of your creatures are flying, and it's a mill deck. So it's going to fire off around turns 4 and turn 5. You want to get out, summon creatures or something while I'm talking, or
okay.
if she looks at me like I was distracting her. But anyways, you want to get out your flying creatures, like your drakes, or your defensive spells, like she just summoned a fog bank. It's a wall. Walls can attack. So a good offense is a good defense. So get your defense out so you can have an early defensive line, and then you can use them for offense. But you want to set up your defensive line so you can start milling. You want to just mill the shit out of my deck and put them into your graveyard. Because, you know, when it's your turn, and if you can't draw a card, because if you mill them that hard, then they lose the game. One rare that would be good in this mill deck that I don't have is Ambassador Laquatus. He is a good mill creature. He's a legendary merfolk, and he's a great mill creature. That would be a good card to enhance and customize that deck. Either I wouldn't suggest getting a playset, but I'd at least get 2 in there, and that would be pretty good. So I guess she's done. I'm going to untap everything and draw a card. I'm going to play a 3rd mountain, and then I am going to Alright, I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to Molten Rain her island. Destroy target land. If the land is non-basic, which it's not, it deals 2 damage to target controller of that land's controller. Basically, you want to use Molten Rain when they're playing with special lands, but she didn't. So I was just getting out of here. She's already screwed. Well, not screwed yet, but if I destroy her lands early, that'll hurt her. So that goes to your graveyard, girl. Alright, and it is your turn.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna untap and lay down another.
She forgets what to do. You're supposed to untap and then draw a card. But anyways,
I did it backwards. And I will summon Stitcher's Apprentice. I think I pronounced that right.
Stitcher's Apprentice. Okay,
yes.
It's a 1/2 creature. What does it say?
Okay, put a 2/2 blue homunculus. No.
Homunculus.
Yeah, homunculus creature token onto the battlefield, then sacrifice a creature.
Okay, so basically that generates creatures for her. If she's got to pay 2 and tap it, and then summons a 2/2. So basically, you could like kill your wall, and then you get a 2/2 offensive creature that can attack and block, or you can kill this. But anyways, guess she's done. I'm gonna untap everything. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm going to say go.
Okay.
I couldn't do anything that turn.
Okay, I'm going to tap for Welcome turn. No.
Welcome turn? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a flying creature. Welcome turn can block any creature with flying. So
It's a 2/1. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, it can block only creatures with flying.
Yeah, only, not any.
All right. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm going to tap 2 lands to summon a Torch Fiend. It's a 2/1 Devil. All right, and go. I called this red deck a pillar deck, but there's really a lot of devils and dragons in here. Actually, there's only like a few dragons in here. There's a lot of devils in here. To customize this deck, I'd either put some Dingus Eggs. It's an artifact called Dingus Eggs. Dingus Egg, and you'd want to get a playset of 4 and put a few more land destruction cards. So when you destroy a land, they take 2 damage. It's kind of like works in the same way a Megrim enchantment works. It works like a Megrim enchantment as a damaging mechanic for discards. Okay, she's tapping 3 mana to summon a Scroll Thief. What does it say? Whenever Scroll Thief deals combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card. That's pretty good. This deck does have a lot of draw mechanic in it. So there, she's already setting up some draw mechanic. Untapping, draw. Wow, I'm getting land screwed, and I was killing her lands. Alright, and go. Alright, so also while she's starting off her turn, another way to customize this deck would to be take out some of your some of the medium-sized creatures. Like here's 2 medium-sized creatures. I would say take out either this, because there's a playset of this in here, but it gives you speed, a quick attacking speed, or take these out and then add some powerful dragons in it, or some quick little dragons, or add 2 angers, and then when you get angers in the graveyard, it gives all your creatures haste. That'd be good. Now stack both of your in stacks. Yeah. Stack your lands in stacks of 2.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna tap 4,
and I'm gonna summon Dread Waters, which is target player puts.
This is your life. You're at 18.
Okay, the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of lands you control.
4. Okay, see, now you just played your first mill spell. So you're starting to mill me. Alright, and then that resolves to your graveyard. 1, oh, there's a land I needed. 2, 3, 4. Wow, you got some good cards. See, and also, see, right now, her blue deck does not have enough, it's got powerful mill spells in it, but it needs a few more mill creatures in there. It's got plenty of mill spells, but if you remove like some of these, like these 3, and add some milling creatures, like I was talking about Ambassador Laquatus, you could really start to turn that deck into just a solid mill deck. Because right now, the purpose of mill for this deck is just going to be denying me cards that I would want to use. Like, I would like to use the Raging Goblin. My Vampire Archer is good. I needed that land, and the Searing Spear would kill a creature that I need to use. Or the Searing Spear I could use as spot removal or damage to her. So yes, milling those 4 cards was actually pretty good, and that's kind of pissed me off. Alright, so now I'm going to, I don't have to untap anything, I'm going to draw. I got a land, thank gosh. Alright, I'm going to tap 4 to play Merfolk Berserker. It's a 3/2 with haste. I'm going to attack you for 3/2 and for 2/1. So you can't do anything because you don't have any lands to play anything in your hand. That's one thing. She's new, so I was trying to explain to her how counter spells work, and you have to preemptively think a few turns ahead when you're using a blue deck, because it's hard. Because you have to know when to leave your mana open to counter spells and counter creature spells and stuff. So you're dealing with a 3/2 and a 2/1. That's 5 damage total. So, for example, you could use the wall to block the 2/1 and the wall would die. Or actually, if you're going to use the wall to block, you might as well block their 3/2. Because the wall is going to die against either of these creatures, so that he would absorb the most damage possible. And then the Homolicus could block the 2/1, and then they would kill each other. Or actually, wait. No. Actually, this would be a good thing. I'm only going to help you this turn. The Scroll Thief can block the Troll Fiend and kill the Troll Fiend, and it will still live. And then you still, I'm going to leave it up to you. You still got to deal with this. So you definitely want to go ahead and block the Scroll Thief to the Torch Fiend. So say it.
The Scroll Thief is going to block the Torch Fiend.
Okay.
And this Disher's Apprentice is going to block the
I mean, you don't have to. You can take the damage, but I mean, it's up to you. I mean, that way you can keep your creatures alive. I mean, you can think of it that way. I mean, you don't have to listen to me. You can do whatever you feel like you want to do. Because it took you so long to set up all those creatures, and now you just lost. You're going to lose that one. It's not that big a deal because I lost a creature. So
yeah, I want to do that.
All right, then it dies.
Yeah.
Okay, and you don't take any damage. All right, so it's your turn.
Okay, I'm tapping. And I'm going to lay down a land.
All right, so she's got 5 lands. Now, I'm just going to tell you one last thing, too. If you attack with the Scroll Thief, I can't block with this yet. And if you attack me, I'll get a 1/1 counter on it, making it a 4/4, but I still can't attack or block with it until it gets 5, until it becomes a 5/5. But the thing is, you can get 1 damage on me, but he'll allow you to draw a card. That's the only reason, because basically he's like a little thief. He's going to run right in here this one turn and get you an extra card to use your draw mechanic, and you'll get 1 damage on me, and you'll be beefing him up, and he'll be 1 away from actually coming alive, but you know, you'll get that extra card. So just remember that, because the Scroll Thief later down in the game won't be that good unless like I tap everything out and you keep him alive. Like that's what I'm saying. Like guys, just so you know, the Scroll Thief needs to be used early game or either late game just to like steal in a quick draw, a little card advantage later game. But once it starts going with a bunch of creatures on both sides, it'll be hard to use the Scroll Thief.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use the Scroll Thief.
Alright, and you can attack with your Welkin Terran too, because it's flying.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I will take a total of 3 damage, putting me at 17 and you're at 18. And you get to draw that card. Alright, seems like you're done, but you still got 5 mana. You can play instants, or you're back to the post-combat main phase, so you can play sorcery spells still.
Okay, and I'll tap for Divinitation. I think that's how it's... No.
Divinitation. Draw 2 cards. So she gets... See, I told you this deck has a lot of draw mechanic in it, which is good. It gives you card advantage over me. So she drew 3 cards in that turn. That resolves to your graveyard.
And I'm done.
Alright. I'm going to untap everything and draw. I'm going to tap 4 again and summon an Ogre Resistor. An Ogre Resistor. It's a 4/3, so I'm starting to get a little bit powerful stuff on you. Also, when you attacked me, he got the 1/1 counter on him, so he's a 4/4. I need 1 more to start attacking and blocking with him. Alright, I'm going to say go. I'm going to leave everything open so I can block. And the creatures first. She's got 5 mana, I got 4 mana. I kind of got screwed on mana this turn. Now, when we made these decks, all the lands were in one section in each of the decks. So we did sit here and do legacy shuffles like 2 times, and we didn't do any bridge shuffles because we didn't want to bend the cards. So we wanted to be very careful with them. Our hands are super clean, so we don't bend the cards. and that way we don't get most of our oil on them, because I don't have any extra sleeves. If I have extra sleeves, I would just give you guys a full deck sleeve, but I can't afford it because we're going to sell these decks extremely cheap. I'm probably going to start the bidding on these decks at like $7.99 or $9.99, somewhere around there. Depending on which deck wins this battle, is probably going to start about $9.99, and the loser, I'm going to start at $7.99. Now, why did you draw that and then put that right in your graveyard?
Because I summoned the Deranged Assistant, and it's put the top card of your library into your graveyard, but add 1 to your mana pool.
You see the tap symbol. You have to tap this to do that.
Okay.
Basically, that allows you, you tap it and sacrifice a card right off the top of your deck to get 1 mana if you need that extra mana.
Okay.
Normally I'd be rushing her, but I want her to... Normally I'd be like, are you done? Are you done? But I want her to feel like she's got every opportunity to do what she wants to do, play her hand out the way she wants to play it. Because I wanted this game to be very fluid, and I wanted you guys to see what these decks can do, as if someone like her who's never really played Magic just picked up this deck and started playing. So when we started this movie, she didn't even know what the decks did and what they were. So this is the first time we've both seen these decks in action. I built all of the decks, so I know what I want them to do and what they can do. But I haven't actually seen what they're going to do. So this is why I don't want to rush her, because I want her to think about everything. Alright, so you're tapping 3 mana?
For the Scroll Thief.
Now why are you tapping 3 mana?
I'm getting ahead of myself. For it to attack.
Alright, you're going to attack me with the Scroll Thief. You got to tap it to show that it's attacking. Okay, so you're going to attack me. That's going to give my Slumbering Dragon the last counter, so he comes alive, and now he can attack and block. And I'm going to block you with the 4/3, and it dies. And you didn't get to draw a card because you didn't get the damage through to me. You should have, if you were going to attack with everything, you should have attacked with that and with the bird, so you could have flown over me and at least got 1, or at least got 2 damage in. That's why I just explained that Scroll Thief is only good early game, or it's only good when I tap out everything like later down the game and you just steal in that 1 damage to get the draw mechanic. That was kind of a silly mistake on your part. Alright, I'm going to untap everything, because now you gave me, you woke in the rare, the Slumbering Dragon, and now he's a 5/5 flyer, and that's like pretty badass. I got a 5/5 flyer, a 3/2, and a 4/3. That's kind of bad. Okay, so I got 4 mana. I'm going to tap 2 mana to cast a Searing Spear. Then I'm going to tap 2 more mana, and this is the other rare in the card. I mean, the other rare card in the deck. It's called Reverberate, and what it says is copy target instant or sorcery spell, and then you can choose new targets for the copy. So I'm going to reverberate the Searing Spear, which is going to copy it. So basically, there's another imaginary Searing Spear. There's 2. So I'm going to do. The only thing that's a threat to me is I'm going to deal 3 damage to the Welkin Terran, so you can't block my 5/5. So that dies. And then the new target for the imaginary Searing Spear, I'm going to hit you with 3 damage, putting you at 15. And then both of those spells resolve to the graveyard, and I'm going to attack you for a 5/5 flyer, a 3/2, and a 4/3. So now, what you need to do, because you're already down 2 points, you need to use the wall, most likely to block the Ogre Resistor, because that's 4 damage that you can avoid. And then just keep that guy alive, and you're going to end up taking 8 damage. Or you can block both of them and then only take 5 damage. But then you're completely creatureless. But you do need to decide, because we need to move this on a little bit faster.
I'll just use the wall to block the ogre.
Alright, and it dies.
Yep.
and that you're going to take 8 damage. So that's going to put you at 7. So it's 17 to 7. It's your go.
Okay.
Now, just because she's losing right now doesn't mean that deck sucks. That deck is a little bit slower, but you know, red decks are fast, blue decks are slow and kind of control-y. And there's a few things she could have done a little bit differently that wouldn't have put her in this position that she's in. So that's why I'm saying every single person that's going to play these decks are going to play them differently, even though they have a general theme that needs to be played, and like they can be played the same way. That's why we're going to do at least 2 videos per deck so we could see. Like what I'll do is we're going to switch the decks but not play them against each other, because that would be dumb. We're going to play them against one of the other 2 new decks so you can see what it would be like versus a different kind of deck. Because it would be kind of repetitive if we just switched it and played them against each other. But I'm really proud of this red deck. I didn't think it was going to be this good.
Okay, I'm going to summon Mind Sculpt, which is target opponent puts the top 7 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard.
Alright, so when you start to play, these are your mill spells. You don't need to tap it. It's a source. It's a spell. Okay. So you just say, when you know the card, just say, I'm playing Mind Sculpt. Mill 7 cards, because that's what the deck is. It's a mill deck, and that's the mill spell. So just say mill 7, and I know to take the top 7. Ooh, you got a shatter. So I know to take the top 7 off my deck. Now see, that was a good mill. That was a good mill, because you got a lot of shit right there. So yeah, and see, look, see how I don't have a lot of cards compared to how thick her deck is? So that's what I'm saying, that she's doing what the deck is supposed to do, and which is good. I mean, because look how thick my graveyard is now. It's pretty bad. And she got, that 7 was pretty good. Alright, so, is there anything else you want to do? Because you still got 4 mana. And you can tap this and make a colorless, which would put you can float 5 mana.
No, I'm done.
Alright, I'm going to untap everything. Well, I didn't want to be mean. Like, I could attack with everything and finish the game. Pretty much, yeah. And that would be game, but I'm going to let it go for an extra turn. Alright, I'm going to tap 4 and demolish this land. It's destroyed. Now see, she's milling me and I'm destroying her land. Then I'm going to attack you for 3/2 with the Merfolk Berserker. So you need to block that, so you can stay in the game longer. Now, if she had a bunch of mill cards in her hand, she should be playing as many mill cards every turn that she can, so she can get me down to like this much in my deck. Because if she did that, then I'd be close to drawing 0. I mean, she has a ways to go. There's probably about another 35, 40 cards right there. Probably not even 40 there. But this deck has enough mill creatures and milling spells to actually completely mill a 60 card deck. It's just you got to get the good hand. Oh yeah, you're supposed to untap that, but okay. So you can float 6 mana. 5 blue and 1 colorless. You need to play everything you can, because you don't have much longer to live. Oh yeah, wait, I attacked you. Wait, hold on. I attacked you with this and you blocked with that, right? Yeah, you gotta start getting the habit. When you block with something and it dies, you gotta take it to the graveyard. That's why I got confused.
Okay.
So now she's creatureless. But yeah, you need to fucking do something. Whip something amazing out of your ass. Alright, you're tapping 3. Walk us through what you're doing. You're tapping 3 mana for what? Now she's having to read all the cards and learn what they're doing as she plays, and I know that's kind of a pain in the butt.
The Dream Twist and The Crippling Chill.
Alright, read the Dream Twist. Okay, wait. Alright, the Dream Twist would be 1, and then this takes 3, so 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, now read the Dream Twist first.
Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard.
So you just say mill 3, like I told you.
No.
Mill 3. Okay, I'm milling 3. And you can play flashback. That has flashback. So when it goes to the graveyard, you can pay that 2 and make me mill 3 again. What does this one say?
Tap target creature. It doesn't untap during this...
During the controller's next untap step. So you want to tap the 5/5.
Yes.
Because you want to tap the creature that does the most damage. So it won't untap during my next turn. So you stalled... You delayed your death like another turn. And then you get to draw a card. And then when you cast spells and it resolves, you start putting them in your graveyard. Because I'm tired of doing it for you.
Okay.
Now, before you say you're done, or you can do it since it's an instant, you can play your flashback cost during this turn right now, or when you say go at the end of your turn, you can say during the end step, which is the phase from the end of your turn to the beginning of my turn, you can play the flashback cost and make me mill another 3 again. Since you have that open mana, you might as well use it, might as well do as much as you can.
Well, then I'll use the flashback.
Okay, you can just leave it in your graveyard, and then I get to mill another 3. Alright, you got a land destruction, you got a land, and another Raging Goblin. So she's gotten rid of half my Raging Goblins. Look, she's got half my deck, she's got half of the deck in the graveyard. So, the deck did what I wanted it to do, which was mill a lot of cards. She milled a lot of cards that I would have been using. And this doesn't untap during my untap phase, so I'm going to untap what I can. And then I'm going to draw a card. And then, alright, so I'm going to tap 1 mana and raise, and it says at the time you play raise, sacrifice a land. So I'm going to sacrifice this land and destroy target land. So I'm going to destroy that land. So I've been destroying her lands consistently, and she's been milling me consistently, leaving me with 3 lands. Then I'm going to tap 2 more mountains to put Fist of Anvil on the Ogre Resistor. Target creature gets 4+0 until end of turn. So I'm going to attack you for an 8/3 and a 3/2. So that's 9, 10, 11 damage, killing you at -3. So I won. So good games.
Yes.
All right. Now let's put your hand right here and let's see what you had in your hand. So we could have seen what you could have done differently. All right.
I was going to try to play those 2.
Did you already have this in your hand last turn? Talrad's Invocation?
I'm not quite sure. I think so, though.
All right. What you should have done, instead of playing those 2 mill cards, you should have played this.
Okay.
So you could have... Talrad's Invocation puts 2 2/2 blue Drake creatures with flying on the battlefield. So she could have had 2 Drake. She could have had 2/2 Drake dragons. So she could have blocked these creatures to live 1 turn longer. And then she would have had enough mana to play this to draw another card. Actually, no, that was 6. That'd been 7. You only had 6. So you could have played Talmad's Invocation and then played the Dream Twist. So that's what you should have done. It wouldn't have won the game for you, but it would have still allowed you to delay the inevitable to, play out, at least give you 1 more turn to try to do something. Because you had a land, so that would have made 7. So you would have been able to do everything you just did last turn, plus the divination, and you would have gotten to draw an extra card, which would have been a 2/1 blocker, and then a Merfolk Mesmeter, whatever. And then I got another Molten Rain and a Hairs of Storm Trick, Vampire. So, basically, the game went well. I honestly didn't expect this red deck to beat it as fast. That was like, I killed her in the bottom of the 8th or 9th turn. That game, yeah, because see, she had 7 lands, 8 lands. Yeah, she had 8 lands total because I destroyed 2 or 3. So yeah, the game was over in about 10 turns. So as you can see, this red deck really fires off very strong at turn 4 for all of the creatures, but it can start doing stuff at turn 2 and 3. At turn 2, it can start doing stuff consistently, and it combos out around turn 7 and 8, like you just saw. Like I did those little miniature combos. So, you know, all you got to do if you're playing a deck that fires off at turn 4 and 5, you'll have the advantage with this deck. This deck just needs some time. That's why I tried to tell her like 2 minutes before we started, and what I was trying to explain when we started. You've got to use this deck to put out a bunch of creatures and get a very strong defensive line. And you don't want to attack with the creatures with this deck, because you need to hold off as long as you can, because that way when you set up your defensive line, you can just be whipping out all your mill spells and your counter spells, and then you use your draw mechanics to just ramp a whole bunch of cards in your hand to give you tons of options. So that's the only thing that went wrong. She just didn't play it. She only made 2 mistakes in my opinion, but that's one thing that this deck could use, is a little bit stronger flying creatures. There's not a lot of drakes in there because drakes are really expensive. So if you want to get this deck, make sure that you get some more milling creatures or a little bit stronger offensive or defensive creatures. But other than that, she milled a lot. Look how many cards she milled. That's pretty thick. Here's my graveyard, and here's my library. So she milled half my library in that game. So the deck that mill deck did what I wanted it to do, in the fact that it milled a bunch of cards, and that's good, especially against a red deck, because she got rid of a lot of like lightning bolts or like direct. She got rid of a lot of DD cards, direct damage. But anyways, that is our only game we're going to play for tonight with these new decks. So we're going to play these 2 decks one more time against the lineup of the other 2 decks I made. We'll give you 2 battles each for every deck, and then we're going to put them on eBay with the videos. So when you buy the decks, you'll forever have, if you'll straighten those. So we'll forever have videos for you to always look back on our website and in eBay our eBay blogs and the eBay auction. So when you buy the deck from us, you can always go back and watch the videos to reference how to play the decks, and just to give you just to listen to us when I was talking about all the tips how I think you should enhance the decks, because you know what we covered was a lot of information blasted at you real fast, so you might not remember all those little tips and advice things to kind of tweak out your deck. But that was a good game. I had a lot of fun. I could have stalled it out, so we could have played the deck a little bit further, so you could have seen what the decks did, but I wanted to kind of be vicious, because if you got a deck, you're not going to want to just be nice. You want to mess your opponent up as fast as possible. So I was trying to be honest and play how a real person would want the deck to be played. I didn't want to sugarcoat it and pussyfoot around. So you guys have a good night. Continue to follow us at dubstreasurestore.com. You can go to our informative campaign at dubstreasure.com, and we're creating her online operation sites. They're not even made yet, so I don't even want to say they're under construction, but she just created an eBay account. It's mythic_.info, and her main websites right now that are up, but there's nothing there, is mythicinfo.weebly.com. What is your webs one? mythicinfo.webs.com?
Yes.
mythicinfo.webs.com. So we got a whole bunch of gaming articles, hobbyist and enthusiast kind of tips, and collector specialist videos, and we got political videos. We got a whole bunch of stuff for you guys. So just stick around and check us out. Come back to us every now and then, and you guys will have fun and enjoy all our free, useful resources. All right? We'll see you guys later. Say bye.
Bye.